to box again. Well. I already been getting these bets, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
Yeah, you know the deal. We back again. Yo. A round of applause for Jersey's finest. A lot of content creators not worthy, but they minus. They get offended and start singing like the whiners. Talking like they tough, but it's only screaming and whining. My homie JusDueBoxing is the cat you don't come to. Your squad get run through. By the time you come to, you duck food. You suckers talk tough on the internet, revealing all your threats. Now we got you trapped in the net. JusDueBoxing be on this grind, y'all better hustle up. You deadlifted 90 pounds, we doing muscle ups. There's really no comparison. His voice sound like a derringer. Throwing a towel, it's just embarrassing. My dog just very philosophical and psychological, and he mixed it all with good boxing news. These YouTubers feel like Bishop, I guess they got the juice, but it's lonely at the top to just to feel like child abuse. Be respectful, he don't want to talk wild and loose. If you can't relate, you get dismissed like a mild dispute. These weird cats would tell lies that they hide the truth. Why beyond views? You lose your life when you collide with dude. It's JusDueBoxing. All you cowards quit jocking. Kirk is official with no other options. Yeah. You know the deal. Judah Ben, we in the spot. JusDueBoxing, yeah. And of course, shout out to Mrs. Do, holding the whole family down. Word 'em up, word 'em up.
What's good? Salute. What's good with the family? How y'all feeling on this good Monday, man? We back to get boxing is just due. We gonna build for a little bit on this good Monday. How y'all feeling today? Hope everybody is good. Hope everybody feeling all right. And all that good stuff. Ace, what's good with it, family? All love, you know it, man. Tanya Vandross Williams Jr., appreciate the love early in the super chat with the super sticker. How you feeling, Queen? Good to see you.
And we ain't never got to box again. Well. I already been getting these bets, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
Salute to the Queen. Appreciate you. Salute, Queen. Justin James in the building. JBT, my guy. Frontline was good, family. Miss Joette, peace and blessings, Queen. How you feeling? Fate was good with it, bro. How you feeling? Yeah, man. Andre Ward, definitely underrated, underappreciated, and all that good stuff. I don't know if y'all caught that. He did an interview on the Breakfast Club. I definitely like it. I like giving people they just do. So I like some of the stuff that Andre Ward was touching on in that interview. It wasn't super long, but we're gonna play some of that audio, man. He hit on some cool things, man. He definitely touched on that Triple G situation for a quick second for those that never knew what really happened with that and why that fight never happened. And he also he kind of made a couple headlines because of what he said about Canelo. It's funny, Barbara D, peace and blessings, Queen. How you feeling today? He beat the best version of Kovalev. You get what I'm saying? He beat the best version. He beat him the first time, undefeated. Then he came back, beat him even more convincingly. Rome was good with it, bro. Andre Roy might be smarter boxer than even for. I'm telling you, very smart, man. The fastest, the strongest, just was smart. One of the smartest, right? Rude exposure in the building. Was good, my guy. How you feeling? So I think Yeah, man. He went out there. I like the fact that for me it looked like he ended on his own terms, and he ain't overstay his welcome. He ain't allow boxing to retire him. It was a lot of some would say, Barbara D said you good. That's what I like to hear, man. Like to hear that you good. I'm glad to see you in the building. Salute to everybody. Y'all smash the like button. We gonna build for a little bit today. I thought it was fitting, man. I like to hear from Andre Ward, man. I can listen to his interviews all day because it's always going to be authentic, genuine, and real, in my opinion. And it's a breath of fresh air, even though he's not an active fighter still at this point. He still hit on some things that, people sometimes would like to hear, man. And he wasn't always the SOG that a lot of people know him as. That's for sure, man. He definitely had some demons and stuff of his own that he had to deal with. I think that's what made, like, if you really know the story, that's what make his story one of a kind, man. He really just overcame a lot and got to the top and stayed there. You get what I'm saying? Not too many people could say they ain't lost a fight since they was 14. It's crazy. Get what I'm saying? He ran from the real smoke, the real who Andre Ward. Andre Ward ain't run from nobody. They said he wouldn't even go. They said he's a career 68 pounder. He cleaned that division out. You get what I'm saying? Cleaned that division out, ran through the Super 6, beat all of them. You get what I'm saying? And they said he would never fight Kovalev. And he went up to 75, got 2 warm-up fights, then beat Kovalev 2 times in a row and called it, a career. I don't think Andre Ward ever ran from anybody, respectfully. I think he always was with the smoke, and I think his track record speak for itself. Like, not too many people could say, they cleared out the division, even though we got guys that been at divisions for, majority of their career as well, still haven't done what he did. He really beat the who's who of the division, and then went up to 75 and beat the most dangerous guy there at the time in Sergey Kovalev. That's why I say it's always good to hear from guys like Andre Ward, man. Sometimes, people could forget the work that he actually put in. You know what I mean? Armando, what's good with the family? How you feeling, bro? I actually watched the entire Super 6. Wasn't it fun? That was fun. Like, still to this day, people bring that up, and they wish that it was more of those tournaments in boxing. And think about how well he performed. Like, he really did the thing. Andre Ward was special, man. God gifted, I think, one of them talents, man. Salute to my guy, Dre Noble. Appreciate you, family. Much love. Salute to everybody that tuned in, that watched the interview, man. Then hopefully we could do a part 2, like he said, man. But in the meantime, in between time, we're going to keep building, man. And we got some more work to do as well. Yeah, Super 6 was fun, man. Just believe you retired too early. Nah, I get you, Ace. I get you. And it's always a fair conversation. I get you. You feel like you retired too early. But again, bro, that's why I'm about to play this interview. And y'all know, listen, y'all know how we do over here, man. So y'all just be patient with me. I think he hit on some things in there, Ace, and you would like, it'll make more sense maybe when you hear some of the things he said. Like, he'll tell you. You get what I'm saying? Man, this was a dope interview. You know what I'm saying? Salute to the Breakfast Club, because they asked great questions. For them not to be a boxing platform, that's how you do it, man. That's how you treat a guest, man. I think every question, everything I was hearing was flowing. It was perfect, man. That was one of the best conducted interviews I think they did as a whole. They had Just Hilarious in the mix a little bit. I think it was great to hear. I'm going to play it, man. I'm going to get to it. Killer Man in the building. War was a beast. I watched it. Yeah, to a real gauntlet. I'm telling you, he was nice. But I get Ace. Like, he feel like a lot of people feel like he retired early. But when you hear him put it the way he put it, you'll be like, I see. It makes sense. It makes sense. Hell yeah, we could use the Super 6. For sure, he was fighting with a hurt arm. For sure. Yeah. I think Andre retired too soon as well. Yeah, them injuries, you already know. What is it? Oh, what it is. What's good, Cuzzo? Ashley's Corner in the building, man. How you feeling, Cuzzo? We're going to play it, man. Y'all make sure y'all smash the like button. And y'all bear with me. Matter of fact, we're going to play it because, again, it's fitting, man. It makes sense, man. A lot of this stuff, he'll answer a lot of questions in this interview, man. He hit on a lot of different things. So y'all be patient, man. Y'all be patient with your boy. We're going to get to this.
That nurturing side, because, dads, especially in that era, is you fall, get your ass back up. You better not cry. Yeah. That was dads back then. But you didn't have that other side of my...
How you feeling, Cuzzo? Appreciate you stopping through. Hey, that Mr. Shakur and you live. It's all good. Watch for the hook. Hopefully, me and him could work out the part two. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully, we get that situated. You know what I mean? And I'll definitely try to bring that to y'all for sure.
I'm saying, well, let me hug you. Let me hold you. Let me make you feel better. So how did you get over that?
I mean, the first thing is just identifying what it was. It took a lot of lumps to get there. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not trusting and I'm blaming her. Mm. I'm not, loving her the way I should and I'm blaming her. And it just took me, really when I crossed over and got out the streets, and
he was
really
talking about being raised by his dad,
to God, I started really being able to hear my thoughts and really put the patterns together and then remember the struggles that my dad had. Like, man, my dad struggled with this too. And then getting around, they say a few good men, my pastor, and a couple of good core brothers that I have, and just them helping me identify certain things and talking through that stuff. And for me, when I talk through things with the right person, it's cathartic. It's therapeutic. Like even writing a book, like it's a lot of pain. You pulling off old scabs and old wounds, but the end is good. So really just identifying what it was, understanding what it was, acknowledging it, and then allowing the help to help me.
I wonder how did that
and he said, like, he hit on some stuff, so y'all be patient with me. We're gonna play this because, like I said, he had some good things to say in here, and he really kind of gave you a little glimpse into his career, some of his struggles. And what kind of led to him not, kind of retiring for the most part. And then, he touched on Canelo as well, the Golovkin situation, man. A lot of people wanted that fight to happen, and it didn't. And he just let you straight up know just why it didn't happen. Salute to the Queen, Aisha, man, coming through heavy, man. Congrats on the Shakur interview. I appreciate you, Queen. Much love, much.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well. I already been getting these back, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
Appreciate you as always. Okay, let's see if it's Shakur hand in the locker room, fat and swollen before the Santos fight. Yeah, people still like, well, he only hurt his pinky. It's like it's just never enough. Like that's why when I had him up here, I just wanted to highlight what made him who he is today instead of giving him the same old questions that everybody else gave him. I'm pretty sure he could have appreciated that. The format and the way I delivered it, man, because he probably didn't expect that. A lot of times they don't even know what they getting themselves into with a content creator. So I'm pretty sure it was a more, fitting setting for him, man, to talk just about him for a while. So salute to you. And I definitely seen it, man. I see people downplaying it too. It's weird. It's like, damn, bro, it ain't never enough, bro. He had a hurt hand, bro. Everybody can't be, that, extra super aggressive with the hurt hand. Everybody ain't gonna fight that way. It's just not gonna happen. Cornelius in the building. What's good with it, player? How you feeling, man? We're gonna play this. I'm gonna try not to stop it too much, but he was touching on some good stuff.
You talk about your wife, but I'm talking about this relationship with women, period.
Yeah.
How did that affect you not having a mom? How did you look at women like throughout your whole life?
Man, like I said, it was just distrust and mistrust.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did it ever come to a point like where y'all on the verge of divorce or separation, or was she just always very patient and understood from the jump?
No, we went at it for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you got to realize too, we started super young. Like first child, we met in high school. First child, 16 years old. Second child, 18 years old. And I'm living with Verge, like I said, my godfather trainer, and his wife. And she mad, we going at it. And Verge just sit us down. This is how you want to carry yourself as a wife and as a woman. Dre. And I felt like he was always taking her side. I'm like, why you always taking her side? He said, listen, I'm trying to help you, man. Sit down and stop talking. And he would just sit us down and break it down. He would open the word and say, this is how you supposed to carry yourself. Now look, when he go to the gym, and this is, again, we 17, 18 years old, 19 years old. He go to the gym all day. As soon as he come through the door, start yelling at him and telling him what he didn't do. You got to give him a chance to unwind, take a shower, eat, and then go talk to him. So I see her listening. Then he get on me. Man, you need to stop reacting like that, bro. You tripping. It was that type of counseling that we had. That wasn't even like formal counseling, but it was him sitting down. And this is in the middle of him going through his own personal marital stuff. he would sit us down and educate us about what he believed a wife was supposed to look like, be like, and what a husband was supposed to be like. And it was a lot.
And this is as growing up as teenagers. Y'all grew up together.
Yeah. Well, she is from Seattle, and I'm from the Bay. And my half brother, I don't call him my half, it's my brother, but you know, we got different moms, different same father, different mothers. We went to high school together for, you know, to I think his junior year, my sophomore year. He went back to Seattle. I went to go visit him. I met her. That's how we locked in. And you know, I talk about it in the book. For me, it was love at first sight. I'm like, man, who is that? You know, what's her name? Yeah. And we locked in, you know, that weekend, and we've been together ever since. But it got to a point where I'm ripping and running. I'm going up there to see her. I'm getting on Greyhound, 20-hour bus ride from North Oakland to Seattle because I'm whipped. You know what I'm saying? And I know I don't know what love is completely, but I feel like I love it. And Bird said, look, man, what is it gonna take for you to stop running into this wall and because we got 3 years, bro, before the Olympics. What is it gonna take? I said, I want her with me. And he brought her down. Like, and that's where we live with them. And I'm trying to chase my dream and clean my life up and get myself together and get ready for these Olympics. But she was also there with me.
How did they know you were the one when it came to boxing? You know, because everybody, I mean, you go to these gyms, everybody feel like they the one. Everybody thinks they're the one. You go to Gleason's and everybody's like they're the next. How did they know that you were the one out of all that? What was that something that somebody seen?
I think it didn't start out like that. You know, like I said, I think it just started out as something I wanted to do. And I went in there and I had to really pay my dues the first couple of years. Like I was getting beat all over the ring.
Because you said the Olympics, like you was ready for it.
But it got to a certain point where once I overcame in that gym after that first year, we call it being battle tested. Once I got battle tested in that gym, then it was like, all right, let's go to the nationals. Once I won my first national title at 10 years old in 1996, I actually beat Curtis Stevens, who from Brooklyn, Brownsville. And he was my rival. Once I did that, I think everybody started saying that, man, he could be the one. And it sounds crazy, right? I'm 10 years old. But I kept winning. And I kept winning. And then we start, you know, verge to count. Like, we got 9 years to the Olympics. We got 7 years. And I turned into this prodigy.
Don't mess with Texas. What's good, family?
I gave up my whole childhood to do it. So it went from me looking like I might not have it to all of a sudden he's going to be the one. So at a certain point, it became a foregone conclusion. I'm going to go to the Olympics, win a gold medal, turn pro, win championships, and make a lot of money. Like that just was the conversation in my home. It sounds crazy, but that's what it was.
I want to go back to your parents just for a couple more questions. Were you ever afraid that the disease of addiction would get you?
It did get me.
This is real, man.
It did get me.
War was touching.
And it wasn't a long time, but it was long enough. I had a 2-3 year stint where, you know, some people say generational curses, some people say generational patterns. They had me. And I was already, you know, dibbling with weed and starting to drink probably 16 years old. I mean, it really stemmed from this, I believe. Like I said, my mother was a full-blown addict. My daddy was a functional addict. Once I started realizing that my dad was struggling and I no longer was buying the lines and I'm just, you know, my dad would go to work all day and he would come home and you know, talk to me and my brother, and then he would go up in that room. And he would always have the water running. It'd be like an hour, 2 hours. And when my daddy came out, his face was flushed and he just acting funny, slurring. And I didn't understand what was going on. Then I started putting it together. I found a needle. I'm questioning him about that. Then I got to the age where I'm like, man, you getting high. Then that bitterness and that resentment and all that anger started to rise up. So what I do is I go to what's familiar to my family, alcohol and drugs. But I'm hiding at this point. When my father dies at 18 years old, that was my excuse just to go buck wild, and I did.
Let me ask you a question. Jess and I were talking about this a couple of weeks ago.
Real quick, so you see how crazy that is. I just like to highlight those parts of the story. I thought this was a dope interview right here. The stuff you just had never heard about. Like everybody knows the kid that ain't lost since he was 14. Everybody know SOG, the guy that, you know, won the silver medal and went on to dominate 168, beat Kovalev. Like we know the story, right? But you just don't. A lot of people don't know the struggle. Like the same guy that you think is probably, you know, one of the best fighters in the world was getting his ass beat from corner to corner at first. You get what I'm saying? He had to go through them growing pains too, get his life right. You get what I'm saying? This man dabbling with, you know, obviously drinking and weed, like he said. He dealing with stuff with his parents. Like, and through all of that, the dude still managed to persevere and not lose a single fight. And you got people that are still sit up here and question this man greatness. And again, I'm going to always fight the good fight. That's exactly what's wrong with boxing fans, bro. You just don't know how to appreciate somebody's struggle, bro. You don't know how to appreciate how how a person overcame and got through it, bro. That was SOG. That was Andre Ward, man. It wasn't all good for him, is what I'm saying. Like, a lot of people would think it was always good for him. It just wasn't, bro. And this man's maintained, and it's interesting who he said his pastor is. It's crazy, yo. It's crazy. Steven, what's good with it, fam? He said Gordo is hard to beat, though. Devin, too. Draw. Man, Gordo, yeah. Focus Gordo, yeah. Dre Smith in the building. What's good, bro? Said, I'm glad he said it was his excuse to go buck wild. Right. You get what I'm saying? He just, it's like you hear accountability in this. You hear honesty. You hear dude just being open. Then you just hearing how he just got it right. You get what I'm saying? Won that gold medal. You get what I'm saying, Shelton? All of this, going through all of that, yo. You know what I mean? Pops died at 18 years old, bro. Come on, man. You get what I'm saying? Only boxing commentator on YouTube that really be highlighting the journeys of these boxers. I appreciate you, pointing that out, man. You got to, because again, bro, it's easy to criticize. I think it take more work. You get what I'm saying? To really appreciate what they've been through. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people just don't do it. People judge these fighters. Yeah, they just don't know what they've been through. And that's why I say we got to stop talking like what they going in there and doing is just so easy that, soon as you see something less than stellar, you go crazy. Like, that shit is hard. These dudes train for weeks at a time, months at a time, for one night of work. And all it takes is one little misstep and the fight could be over. You could lose. You get what I'm saying? Your reputation, your record, your resume, everything you work for be on the line. So I'm always going to fight the good fight. And that go for all boxers in boxing. If you are putting on in the sport, win, lose, or draw, I'm rocking with you. It don't matter who you are, man. And I just think Andre Ward was one of those dudes that was a little underappreciated for one reason or another. You just don't know why. But when it's all said and done, I think these people really know how good this dude was, man. Bradley, spot on with his assessment. Yeah, we're going to get into Bradley, too. Grinch, what's good with it, fam? Shara Whitley in the building. Peace and blessings, Queen. How you feeling? Yeah, I love it, man. I love it. And even what made him get to this point and start talking about his story is, talking to his pastor again, Brandon House in the building. All right, man, what's good with it, fam? How you feeling, Andre Ward? Hating this dude. See, that's what I'm saying. That's the thing. I don't think a guy that has been a man in his own right that's been as successful as he is sitting around hating on a guy like Canelo Alvarez. At the end of the day, he's just giving what he feel like is an assessment. And could you say that anything he said when he started talking about Canelo, he was lying? That's the thing. Maybe you could argue it a bit, but for the most part, you can't say he was lying or hating on him. He just tell it how it is. A lot of people don't like to hear it. You know what I'm saying? Because he really gonna tell you what a lot of people don't want to hear. You know what I mean? He keep it all the way, 100. Lonnie Lee, JBT, what's good with it, Lonnie? How you feeling, bro? Yeah, they always call Ward a hater. I don't get it. He, and it's subjective, like all that resume talk, who's done more. You get what I'm saying? We obviously know how Canelo was able to do it, but Andre Ward would have never moved the way Canelo Alvarez has been moving in these last recent years. It just would have never happened. Doing good. That's what I like to hear, counting down his work day. Right. His story is crazy. Yes. His pops passed when he was 18, Ace. That's what I'm saying. You get what I'm saying? All of that. Pops passed when he was 18. Mike in the building. What's good, family? Yep, Napoleon Kaufman, bro, is crazy. So I'm going to try to play this. I'm going to try not to stop it too much, y'all. But I just wanted to highlight some of that, man. These stories be real. And, like, for him to have the level of success, like, there's nothing you can tell me about Andre Ward not doing his thing and being one of the absolute best fighters to do it. Like, get what I'm saying?
And this is a no judgment zone, but I always wanted to know, like, when you see something affect your family in a negative way, right? I think we were talking about Bow Wow. Bow Wow was talking about he see Mac Miller do lean and he passed away from it, but then he tried it. Yeah. And I always wanted to know the mind frame of somebody seeing it destroy somebody, but saying, I'm gonna try it. Yeah. I can overcome it. Like, what's that mind frame? Because you see what it's doing, and you see what it does, but you still say, "Fuck it, I'm gonna try it."
It depends, bro. You got to realize there's forces behind them generational curses. It ain't just natural, right? It's forces behind it, and them forces follow you generationally, and you don't have to give in to it. But once you open that door and you say, "Yeah, I'm gonna try this," now it's on. And I wasn't emotionally, mentally mature enough to be able to make those decisions. All I knew is I was hurting. I'm dealing with depression. I'm dealing with anxiety.
All things.
And I don't know that that's what it is. All I know is when I drink something or when I smoke something, I don't feel that way no more.
Yeah.
That edge is taken off.
Temporarily.
But once I got myself together and, you know, I got clean and I kicked all of that stuff, then I started thinking the way you said, I'm never going to touch that again. I got to do something different for my kids. Right. But I wasn't at that stage. I didn't have that kind of strength and power. And it's interesting, too, because my dad, my grandfather, Harold, he was a functional alcoholic. Great man, but he had a drinking problem. My dad vowed I never touch a drink because my dad only told me he loved me when he was drunk. Wow. And he never did. But then he turned to heroin. So it's a slippery slope.
Yeah. Would you say you replaced one addiction with another when you took up boxing?
I wouldn't say I replaced it. I would say, man, I got free. And I would say that I just channeled who I am as a person, that drive, that focus toward the right thing. You know, I don't look at boxing like an addiction. And I always have tried to, and it's not easy, man. I don't want to sit here and act like it's an easy thing, but I've always tried to keep that sport in its proper place because I knew it would end one day. And I'm fortunate that God always put me around people who would walk that walk. My pastor, Napoleon Kaufman, former Raider, he played all of
Napoleon Kaufman, man, if y'all remember, man, the running back from the Raiders, bro. Him being his pastor is crazy. And not only that, him just being able to get that type of advice, man, probably from one former athlete to another athlete at the time. Like, I think that's dope. Him kicking his vices, and this is the same guy that went on to win a damn gold medal. You get what I'm saying? Ain't lost a fight since he was 14. He done been through all of this. Lost his pops at 18. You get what I'm saying? But the whole time, you know what I mean? He had a pastor. He had Virgil, you know what I mean? Hunter in his corner. And them people guiding him until he had his wife, you know what I mean? Telling him, you know what I mean? And helping him through it, man. I just think he got a great story to be told. That's why I definitely want to read his book for sure.
American in college, 6 years as a professional running back.
I've seen it before.
He went into ministry and never looked back. I had him to talk to me. Dre, listen, man, this is what you do. It's not who you are. God's got other stuff for you, bro. Just, hey, enjoy it. Give it all you got, but it's not going to always be there. So I had people like that in my ear. So when the time came, the impact wasn't as hard.
That's why I like
his name. What effect did losing your father have on you? And then what was your relationship like?
My dad was my mother and my father for many, many years. That was my everything.
Queen was good and with it, bro.
It's had a profound effect, and I still feel it to this day. Now, the sting isn't as strong.
I still ain't watching. I think it's.
But I have times when I'm with my kids and I just drift off, and I'm thinking like, man, my dad could see this right now. He lived long enough to see my first child, Trey Jr., and Tiffany was pregnant with our second child, Malachi, and then he passed in 2002. I have moments like that. I think about.
Salute to the Queen Barbara D and the Cash App, always supporting the grind.
Appreciate and we ain't never got a box again. Well. I already been getting these back, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
Would have been different if my dad was here. I think about me helping my dad and giving back to him and buying him a house or just, you know, just doing life with him. I wish I had my father there to talk about life. I got questions, man. Even at 40 years old, I just turned 40, man. I'm still trying to figure it out. So I think about that stuff all the time.
He said he just turned 40 years old. He's still trying to figure it out. And yet and still, we be going crazy on fighters that's 23, 24, 25, 26. We going crazy on them like they supposed to have it all figured out. Think about it. I'm just a totally different type of boxing supporter, bro. And I highlight totally different aspects of this boxing game that people just need to learn to appreciate, man. This man, Andre Ward, that done had a full career, retired undefeated, retired on top, beating a crusher, went out like a real champion, did it on his own terms. You get what I'm saying? Didn't let the sport retire him. He went through all of this, didn't even have his mom. Pops died at 18, man. You can't write a better story, yo. You can't write a better story. And yet and still, with all of those experiences and different things that he had to go off, he's still trying to figure it out. So what in the hell makes the average boxing fan think that these young 20-some-year-old men ain't figuring it out when they got some of the most money that they've ever had in their life at their disposal, along with all the pressure that come with, you know, performing at the highest level each and every time you're in the ring. But the only thing we can see is criticism, judgment, slander. It's okay to critique and criticize, but the slander is just on another level, bro. It's weird to me. And I'm going to always fight the good fight. Yo, these boxers need to be appreciated more. And some people ain't going to like it, but that's how I give it up, man. I'm not going to be the guy shitting on these dudes at every turn. When you got a story like this, and with all the success that he had, like I said, all those experiences, he still find himself with, with some questions trying to figure it out, man. I'm telling you, man. And he beat the odds in so many different ways. You just got to appreciate that, man. You got to. Salute to my guy, Thomas Hill, JBT in the building. What's good, my guy? Showtime, bet. Appreciate you. And yeah, shoot it to me anyway so I don't forget. Appreciate you, Barbara D, as always, man. I'm a recovering addict from street life in college, majoring in psychology, still learning, still growing as a human being. Salute to you, bro. Appreciate you adding that. Appreciate you. Definitely blessed. Yeah, a lot of kids break down growing up like that. That's what I'm saying. They fold under the pressure. And he was in the mix. Think about it. He said he had like a 3-year stint. That's long enough for you to kind of not be able to turn that corner sometimes. That'd be long enough just for you to stay on that path. And look what he did. Look what he was able to do. I'm going to always appreciate it. That's why I be saying, to me, life is a fight in and of itself. Let alone the shit in the boxing ring. You got dudes going through real stuff. You got parents dying. Addiction, getting over stuff. You got all of this stuff in front of you. Death from, your main ones, and you still find a way to overcome. And you talking about, you trying to convince me that these dudes be the guys that's scared to get in the ring and fight somebody? The job that they signed up to do, you telling me that they're scared to get in there and do it because a fight don't get made. That's why I see stuff a lot differently, bro. But you can't tell me a guy that been through all of this is scared to get in there and fight anybody, and you still have some weird people saying he ducked somebody or avoided somebody when you obviously didn't find a career. He cleaned out his division and went up and fought a guy that they say he would not in fact fight, and he made sure he not fought him once. They complained about that being a robbery. He fought him again and stopped him, and they still complain, man. Andre Ward was one of his kind, man. Cut from a different cloth, man. I wish there was more SOGs out there running around, to be honest with you, man. I'm telling you. B, what's good with it, family? How you feeling? Appreciate you, fam. Chief Wildfire in the building. Check Francis' story as well. It's the hardest one. You talking about Ngannou? I'm pretty sure he got a hell of a story too, bro. I'm pretty sure. Salute to my guy, Thomas Hill, man. So, man, salute to Andre Ward. Let's finish playing this. He's gonna start getting into the boxing stuff.
Devastating loss, but I don't want to ever say I got over it, but I've been able to cope with it, deal with it, and hopefully make him proud with the life that I've lived.
Because you retired at 33, young,
yeah,
he didn't know that, right?
Yeah.
So if your dad was here, you would have gone longer. You believe so?
I don't know. Was good. Like my dad loved boxing, but he wasn't like my dad was always focused on the man. Like he was always focused on me and my character and type of play. He was always big on that. So I don't think my dad would have been trying to push me to stay in the sport. I think it probably would have been the opposite. He might have wanted me to end it a little bit earlier than what I did.
How did you know it was time then? He was undefeated.
Now, there you go.
13, relatively young in the sport.
Yeah.
Like what made you? How did you know it's time to hang the gloves up?
Man, I started feeling it 2-3 years before I did it.
2 or 3 years before.
And I would always ask the other athletes, man, how did you know? And they would all say the same thing. You just gonna know. You're gonna wake up one day and you don't want to do it. So I started hearing myself, Charlamagne,
that's crazy,
say that R word.
I'm gonna check it out.
3-4 years before, I would just say stuff and I'd be like, bro, you hear what you just said? And I would be aware.
Contemplate retirement years in advance.
Talking like that, but I still had to drive. I'm still looking
and
good.
I'm
still sharp.
Went and beat Kovalev twice. Yo, man.
Went through the lawsuit period with my promoter, going through that.
The lawsuit, I forgot about that.
Coming in, and I'm like, look, man, I'm gonna end this on my term.
Man,
they trying to starve me out. If I'm gonna go out, I'm gonna go out on my own term. My pastor like, nah, don't do it. My wife like, it's premature. Don't do it. Don't.
Listen to the great advice that his pastor, Napoleon Kaufman, his wife giving him, telling him, nah, it's premature. He going through lawsuits. They're trying to starve him out, and he still overcame it, bro. You can't tell me you can't easily root for this dude. Even in retirement, he's not even an active fighter. And I'm damn sure going to talk about this. Active fighter or not, this is why I rock with Andre Ward, man. I'm telling you, yo. I like the dude even more in retirement. You know what I'm saying? Love the boxing career. But the honesty that he shared right here is on another level, man. It just lets you know how real it is for these dudes. They go through it too, man. They go through it. And that's why I always say my support be deeper than a win or a loss inside the ring. I really root for people in life. And it's always good to hear that this dude has gotten to a place where, you know, for the most part, he feel like he got it figured out, but he said he still got questions. You get what I'm saying? Cal Cooley, blessings, family. Appreciate you as always, fam. Jonathan, what's good with it, bro? How you feeling? So I just like this, man. Let me get to it. But that's wild. Just think about it. Trying to starve him out. You going through a legal situation. You know that's costing you money. You not getting fights. And that's how you make your money. And he still found a way. He was ready to call it quits then. You know what I mean? He had some good people in his ear, told him it was premature, and it was. And through all of that, about to retire, calling it quits, getting starved out. Now, I mean, they can, you know, contemplating it 2-3 years in advance. He feeling it in his body, injuries and all that. And he still went there and beat Kovalev up. And you got the nerve for people to complain and talk about he left to it. I get it. You feel like he had more there. It was more money to be made, but I would much rather see him retire from the sport than have the sport retire him, because you know, all it would have took, unfortunately, in this day and age, one loss, and they would have forgot about all the work he put in. You get what I'm saying? He ain't even lose, and you got people still damn near can't appreciate the work that man put in. So it's just crazy. Yeah, during those 2 Kovalev fights. Yeah, man, I'm telling you, it's different, bro. He had to go through it, man. He had to go through it, get through it, and get to it. That's why you got to appreciate Ward, man. Got to. Andre Ward, yeah, one of the faves, yeah, man. I just enjoyed the career of Andre Ward. And even, you know, after the career, he continued to, you know, just show what type of, you know, individual he is, man. His status is cemented. Yup, he definitely earned Tasmanian Wolves. What's good with it? Andre Ward versus Canelo. Well, you know, people would have loved it if we could have ever got that.
Don't send that letter out you just wrote. And
had a whole letter wrote, ready to retire.
Had my run with Rock Nation for 3 years. And
I wish ESPN had capped him. Right.
It got to the point after the first Kovalev fight. I thought I was done after that. My body was starting to break down. You know, I've had multiple knee surgeries and stuff, and it wasn't boxing related. It's just all the preparation, all the training. And man, you just want your freedom back.
Yeah.
Like, I'm the type of person that when I do something, I really do it. Like, I'm locked in. Like, it's just the way I am. I didn't want to be that guy all the time. My body's starting to break down. My kids were in high school. It was like all these mitigating circumstances, Charlamagne, that start adding up. And, you know, I'm a numbers cruncher, so I'm crunching the numbers like, man, okay, if I get this much on my money every year, and it just like, my pastor was like, bro, you're not going to be able to figure that out. You're going to have to step out on faith. So if you want to walk, you got to walk in faith. If you're going to stay, you got to stay in faith. So I went and talked to him after Kovalev won, and I was like, man, I think I'm done. I hadn't been in the gym in 3 months, and that's not like me. I'm like, man, I had no desire to be in no gym. I just fought the dude that they said I wasn't going to fight and won a close decision. Everybody's like, oh, you lost, you this and that. I said, man, what am I doing this for? And he sat there, and I just knew he was going to co-sign what I was saying. He sat there, he was like, I think I can see you doing one more. And I'm like, yeah, but I ain't got the desire. He said, once you go, that fire will come back. And I remember leaving his office disappointed, because every time I talk about retirement, every time I talk about getting my freedom back, somebody always giving me a reason to stay. Mm-hmm. So it's weird, right? Like, I knew I was going to miss it, but I'm also fighting to get out of it. And this is after I did this since I was 9.
It's crazy.
So people don't do the math. You're just 33, but you got to date that back to 9 years old. Mm-hmm. And the toll that takes mentally, physically, emotionally, the things that I missed, the things that I couldn't be a part of and do, the pressure that I have on me. I hadn't lost a fight since I was 14 years old. That's pressure. Dang. So you get to a point that even though I can do this, I don't know if I want to do this. Went and fought Kovalev the second time, and I knew it was time.
When you say free,
now you see that, and it's the reason that I played that. I was just gonna let the boxing portion of it, where he just talked about, you know, the little boxing part of it. But for me, I think he said too much in this to kind of skip over it. Now, you know, I completely understand for the people feel like at 33 years old, damn, you retired too early. You left a lot of fights or money on the table, right? But hearing what he just went through and said right here in this interview, do you now feel like he retired too early? You might have a different perspective now. The man, he said he been doing this since what? 9 years old? Put this in perspective. 9 years old. You've been doing this since 9. Something that's physically demanding, mentally and emotionally taxing is boxing. Been doing it since you was 9. He done had vices with, you know, drinking and smoking. You get what I'm saying? He done dealt with all this different stuff. You get what I'm saying? And your body is now breaking down as well. So you get what I'm saying? Would you rather him retire from the sport or the sport retire him? So now, given that, you know, he kind of set the table, you know exactly why he retired. And even for me as a fight fan, yeah, you would love to see him fight. It's always good to see Ward fight, but it's definitely cool to see him walk away on his own terms and unblemished because they hate it, you know, for the ones that's haters. And I love to see it, bro. So I think he retired right on time. I think that second Kovalev ass whooping was the perfect way to go out. You know what I mean? Beat him and get up out of there. You know what I'm saying? With your health, you know what I mean? Your mental still intact and your money. You get what I'm saying? Sadiq, what's good with it, family? How you feeling? Christopher, what's good with it? Canelo, not one of that, didn't want none of that smoke. You know he didn't. Frequent Fly, what's good, Brody? How you feeling? Yeah, my cousin told him. Christopher White, salute, fam. Appreciate you pulling up. Price Boy, what's good with it, family? How you feeling, bro? Man, we gonna get to, but again, like I said, y'all, a lot of people felt like this man retired too early, but when he set the table that way, put it in perspective. He's 33. I know we like, yeah, that's young, but he started at 9. You get what I'm saying? All the preparation that it take. You get what I'm saying? He had to go through a legal situation where they trying to starve this man out. You get what I'm saying? You losing time near. You get what I'm saying? And you still manage to find a way to make the right fights on the way out and go out on top. And you get what I'm saying? Now your book is speak volumes, and I think it's something that a lot of people should go read. You know what I mean? For sure. Definitely walked away on his own terms with good health. And it's throwing me off because that's my initials. Oh yeah, and salute to my guy Rome, man, and salute to my JBT family, man. We're gonna keep playing this, man. We're definitely about to get to the the Canelo comments. Salute to my bro Mike in the Cash App as well, man. Always showing love, support.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well. I already been getting these bet, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
Man, and again, not too many people like why I love stories like this, y'all. Is because, you know, so many times in boxing, you got so many people that have so many fighters that they love over time, the legends, the heroes of boxing, and they don't walk away and retire on their own terms. And you already know the rest. Now, I mean, dudes not being able to talk, not having money to take care of themselves, all that stuff. So whenever I see somebody beat the odds in that way and beat the system in that regard, I'm always going to salute that. And Andre Ward was one of them, bro. You know what I'm saying? I think Terrence Crawford will be another one in recent memory. And the reason I use him because of him saying something about having about 2 fights left. I think he's going to be another guy that's going to be able to retire on top of his game, bro. And people going to still be yelling, he ain't do nothing. He probably retired too early. And they probably going to still be saying he ducking people. Like, you can't make this shit up, bro. I'm telling you. Instead of just appreciating what he did and moving on, we're going to have to take away from what he actually accomplished. Watch. The dude going to retire. They're going to still say he ain't did nothing.
Freedom, like, what do you mean? Like, the simple things, like wanting to eat what you want to eat or not having to be on a trainer regimen? Like, what do you mean when you say freedom?
Boxing consumes you. I feel like it has to if you're going to be elite.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if I was on this trip right now, I would have to be doing the math on when was the last time I ran.
Tay, peace.
Like, I eat now. I try to eat good for my health, but I would have to eat good for performance.
Marquis,
right? Where you weighed at? Hey, man, when you coming back? All of that kind of stuff. I was always on the clock.
Always an obligation.
Always on the clock. And nobody put more pressure on me than me. So I was tired of myself. I need a break for me. Because I know how I get with competition. I need a break for me. And it's been a blessing, though I miss it, to not have to be on the clock and to be able to enjoy my life and say, I don't have nowhere to be. Sometimes I go to the gym I go to, the lab in San Ramon. My boy Bobby owns it. And they won't see me for a week. Where you at, bro? I said, bro, I got time in.
Mm-hmm.
I deserve to miss a week or two. If I want to miss a week or two, that feels good to be able to do that. I wouldn't be able to do that if I was active.
Let me ask you a question. You said you were undefeated since 14. Do you feel like, and I ask every boxer when they come up here, do you feel like that undefeated category messes up boxing now, where people, instead of fighting fights, they're looking for the perfect fight to keep it undefeated, to keep the money coming in, to keep the sponsorships, to keep the pay-per-views big? Because you and Floyd kind of effed up the game with that.
Fault. Yeah, it's our fault.
I ain't gonna lie.
At least you own it.
You and Floyd effed up the game with
it.
It's
messing up the game a little bit. But it's also the game is messing up the game in some respects, and the fighters are messing up the game in some respects, right?
True.
And what I mean is we put a lot of stock into a loss in boxing. MMA don't do that. You got cats that are still revered, respected, all that. They got 6-7 losses. But
that's why I respect MMA
he's
fight
that
fans.
guy. We respect him.
They
it's not like that in boxing.
They get it. You gonna lose,
if a young guy coming
losing
up, if
part of it.
Javante Davis, Shakur Stevenson, Devin Haney take a loss, oh my goodness.
Right.
They take a loss now?
It used to be like that though. It used to be.
Let one of them take a loss right now and watch that, because each of those fan bases got detractors. Let any of those fighters right now take a loss in this climate and watch how people talk like they've never done anything in their careers. It's the wildest shit you can ever see in boxing, bro. They're treated like, damn, man, I knew it. Knew he wasn't like that. Like, you get what I'm saying? It's crazy. You just can't. In today's world, you can't take a loss, bro. Branson, peace, bro. How you feeling? Good to see you in the building. Appreciate you stopping through. Y'all make sure y'all smash that like button. He about to start talking about the boxing portion of it. And he gonna talk about Triple G a little bit, and then Canelo.
I mean, like, nobody cared. You lost, they come back and get a rematch. But now you lose, it's like, oh, it's finished.
So that's part of it.
One
is the
time,
game.
Earl
The
Spence
game
retired. He lost. One loss. He retires. Crazy.
Right? Like, some guys have to fight competition to make good money.
Right.
If you crack the code and you able to have a fan base without fighting top competition, where's the motivation to fight top competition?
You hear what he's saying?
So you had Pretty Boy Floyd. The first 10 years of his career, where he had to get it out the mud and prove and show and scratch for every dollar. Then he crossed over to Money Made. Now I can fight who I want to fight. Right. So the youngsters, they don't want the Pretty Boy Floyd era. They want the Money Mayweather era,
bro. How you feeling?
That's what the game is doing right now. So it's pros and cons, because
JJ was good,
for so many years, fighters took huge risk and got no money. So if I'm an err on the side, I'm gonna say, man, get your money. Say you the best, even though you ain't fought the best. I respect your hustle. You able to get it that way. But for so many years, it was the opposite. So now it's shifted. So I think it's a fine line, right? Because everybody wants you to go fight that person right now, do this. Well, hold on. Make sure the money right. Make sure that the business handle will do that. So it's pros and cons to the era that we're in right now in boxing.
I think about.
And do you see how he put that? Do you see how he put it, bro? He keeping it a buck. You get it, man. Like, hey, yeah, make sure that money. Make sure some of these fights, you want to make sure it can make the most money possible, because at the end of the day, legacy is a great conversation, but it don't feed your family. So although you always, as a fighter, want to consider that, especially when you talk about giving the fans what they want to see, you want to give us those legacy type fights that we want to see, those 50-50 type fights. But me as a fight fan, I also understand that guys are going to make their money in the sport that is very unforgiving. And could you be 100% mad at dudes for, you know, certain fights, then wanting to maximize their earning potential with that potential risk, instead of just throwing it all on the line for bravado, or just because people are saying just do it? You get what I'm saying? And then, simply put, sometimes dudes don't even be ready for the challenges I believe that we as fight fans be throwing them in. Believe it or not, people might not want to have that conversation, but it be like that. You get what I'm saying? So I get it. And I like the way Andre Ward put it. You get what I'm saying? And he's not advocating not fighting the best, but he understanding guys trying to get their money and making sure when they do take these risks and these chances, that the business and the money is on point as well. You're not just finding yourself taking the chances and not maximizing on the potential. Again, if you're going to take the risk, if you're going to give us the best fights possible, right? You want to get paid like you're giving us the best fight possible. And I'm going to always try to understand that side of it for the fighters. They're going to always want to make sure that they can at least get paid what they should be paid while taking these risks. I'm not against that. I'm definitely not against that. I mean, that's a lot better than a guy expecting, and I ain't even got to say his name, wanting $35 or $50 million to fight who he want to fight, as opposed to a guy saying, yeah, I don't have no problem fighting that guy, and I know it's a risk. I know that's a fight you want, but why can't I make sure I'm making the most money I could possibly make? And I'm not saying that I'm just in it to watch guys make money, but I'm just saying I understand it. But as a fight fan, I'm going to always want to see the best fight the best. But I'm going to understand when dudes want to make sure the business is in line. That's all I'm saying, because at the end of the day, that's their livelihood. Their boxing is a business for these dudes, and they got to always consider that, especially when you want to make money. You get what I'm saying? You're basically saying have all your ducks in a row. That's all, right? You get what I'm saying? Instead of pushing any narrative, he's just saying have it lined up. And I understand you got to build up to some of these fights, and we be just saying, yo, go fight that dude right now. Y'all in the same weight class. You both free fight right now. Like, you don't consider the business side of it. And I understand as fight fans, we should have to deal with that. But you at least consider it so you can understand, you know, from a fight fan perspective, when certain fights don't happen right away. You get it. Like, it's not so much marinating, but it's people really trying to make sure they ducks is in a row, like you said, you know what I mean, before stepping out and taking these challenges. And it's definitely a great interview. He said you could say you're the best, and I get it without really being the best, but he about to say something else about that as well, because he gonna get on Canelo helmet. Let me get back to it.
About stuff like that, right? And I just use somebody like Canelo as an example. He's an all-time great.
There we
but
go.
Then there's certain fights we wanted to see, like maybe you and Canelo, or even now they say him and Benavidez, and I'm like, well, if he doesn't fight Benavidez, do you really put that as a strike against him?
Yeah, absolutely.
Really?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Talk to him.
And the Canelo fans, they call me a hater because I'm telling the truth.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
got him running back because he right.
Well, if he doesn't fight Benavidez, do you really put that as a strike against him?
Yeah, absolutely.
Really?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the Canelo fans, they call me a hater because I'm telling the truth.
Mm-hmm.
Like, me and this guy, Canelo, we never looked each other's way, different weight class, and we shouldn't have. Like, he did. And people say Canelo ducked me. He didn't duck me. The only reason why we brought up in the same category is because we had a common opponent, Sergey Kovalev. When I retired, so people start connecting the dots. Now you fought him, fight Dre now. Call Dre out. So I'll never say Canelo ducked me because he didn't.
Tell me when he lied,
on his radar, wasn't on my radar.
R. Stokes was good with it, bro.
But in terms of his resume, connecting the dots. Now you fought him, fight Dre now. Call Dre out. So I'll never say Canelo ducked me because he didn't.
Right.
It wasn't even on his radar, wasn't on my radar. But in terms of his resume, it's a little website called boxrec.com. And if you know what you're looking at, you can look at them, the opponents that he fought, right? And people say, he fought this name and fought that name. Where did he fight that name when he fought him? He 32. He coming off 2 losses. He 35. Kovalev, when he fought Kovalev was cooked. He wasn't the crusher. He wasn't the undefeated guy. He had lost that.
Tell me if he lying.
And I'm not knocking the hustle, but you lose me when you start saying I'm the best fighter in the world. Or you lose me when you feel like you don't have to fight the best, but then everybody else got to fight the best. Canelo is a really good fighter, man.
I say this all the time.
But you don't really know how good you are until you fight the other best. Now, you shouldn't fight other top guys every fight out. That's not wise, and that's not safe. I say this
all the time.
You need
Come on,
two,
Andre
then everybody
Ward
else got to fight the best. Canelo is a real that. And I'm not 2 losses. He 35.
Some stuff right here.
Kovalev, when he fought Kovalev was cooked. He wasn't the crusher. He wasn't the undefeated guy. He had lost that.
He wasn't. And a quick turnaround,
I'm not
too.
knocking the hustle, but you lose me when you start saying I'm the best fighter in the world. Or you lose me when you feel like you don't have to fight the best, but then everybody else got to fight the best. Canelo is a really good fighter, man. But you don't really know how good you are until you fight the other best. Now, you shouldn't fight other top guys every fight out. That's not wise and that's not safe.
Right.
You need tune-up fights. You need them kind of fight. But when most of your fights are like that, come on, man.
Benavidez,
you hear SOG? You heard him in my Leonard Ellaby voice. You heard him. He's saying it, man. And most of your fights is like that, and I know people gonna hold him directly to what he's saying, but I won't say most. When I say a lot of your fights are like that, people are gonna have something to say about it. They're not knocking you as a talent. He already highlighted how good of a fighter he's a very good fighter, but you don't know how good because it's too many situations in your career, and this is with the utmost respect to boxing and Canelo. You could look at, situations at 54 where you could have fought people and you didn't. And you didn't have to fight all of these dudes in a row. It was at least 3 fighters once upon a time at 54 that people really wanted to see you fight. You got the 60. Yeah, you fought Triple G. I give you all the credit for fighting that dude. The 3rd time was some BS. The first 2 I get. You get what I'm saying? You went over there, you fought Triple G. Then you started to give us, after fighting Beevil, then you gave us that weird-ass Triple G trilogy nobody needed. And you gave us numerous fights that nobody really wanted to see. So, again, the Jamel Charlo fight, you had an opportunity back there at 54 to fight him when it seemed like it made all the sense in the world for you to fight either one. And the thing is, you had 2 brothers to pick from and a bonus in Demetrius Andrade, and you chose none of them. You get what I'm saying? Still ain't fought Andre now to this day. And we already know the story with the Charlo. So you can look at situations at 54 where he campaigned at his own Canelo weight of 155 to avoid fighting those guys. You could look at when he was at 160. It's some names that definitely evaded him for one reason or another, and he took some suspect opponents there. And you can also look at 68 right now, and I think much respect to him, he's somewhat making a mockery out of being undisputed because you're giving guys that are not even true 68-pounders opportunities to become undisputed when you got a dude like Benavidez sitting in the win. Like, so it's tough to see it happen that way. But Ward was definitely on point. Gianni, what's good with the family? Appreciate you stopping through. How you feeling? Al Booger, what's good, family? GGG got robbed. He waited till GGG was 35 years old for the first fight. Yeah, I thought the first one he won because I thought Canelo, that was the most moving I ever seen him do in any fight ever. And I thought Triple G took the fight to him. I thought the second and third fight, the third fight, Canelo clearly. The second one was competitive, but I thought Canelo might have edged it because he took the fight to Triple G in that second one, and I liked it. You know what I mean? Man, salute. You get what I'm saying? Hey, Ward be on it, man. Ballhead Bradley said, nah, I ain't get to Bradley yet. Samuel, what's good with it, family? How you feeling, bro? Crush the legend in the building. What's good, Crush? I'm going to play a little bit more of this. Let him, talk about this. Finish talking about Canelo, and then.
Now, wouldn't people say the same thing? Oh, Canelo's older. He's been in the ring a long time. Maybe he lost.
That's the risk you take. That's the risk you take.
Who's the best boxer of all time to you?
Man,
and why?
Come on, Envy.
You're asking a man who's ranked number 12.
I know. I'm just asking him. Come on, Envy. All time?
Yes, sir.
It's tough. That we can go back and forth about that forever. I look at it like who are my greats, right? Like who are my goats? And Roy Jones, Bernard Hopkins, Floyd Mayweather. That's my era. I'm a hybrid of all three of those guys. And of course, you got the Sugar Ray Robinsons if you're talking all time. You got Muhammad Ali if you're talking all time.
But why those three individuals? Why Bernard? Why Floyd?
That's who I gauged at. That's who I took from.
Roy.
I'm a hybrid of all three of them. I can shift and be Bernard Hopkins one round. I can be Floyd Mayweather the next round. I can be a young Roy Jones the next round. That's who I looked up to. That's who I stole from the most. So those are my three goats. But I'm also, like I said, Robinson, Ali, you can't leave them dudes out, and other people. Salvador Sanchez, Mexican fighter that, he died in a car accident, lost his life very, very early. Great fighter. He would have continued to win. So we can go back and forth about that all day long, but I look at it like, who are your greats? Who are your goats? Yeah.
I want to go back to just Canelo real quick. Who has any fun?
Shoot.
Not bad, John.
So a lot of guys he ain't fought.
Fought Triple G 3 times. Like
maybe I just know too much.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking. Like
maybe I just know too much. From a
boxing perspective, what's missing from his resume?
He didn't even want to fight Golovkin. HBO pressed him. Made Golovkin get in the ring after one of his fights and call him out. So he had to respond and do
Johnson,
that.
Right.
And most of their fights were controversial. So it's like Canelo's a good fighter, man. But and that's why even when people talk about Floyd, I never say Floyd ducked this one and ducked that one. Floyd had 10 years of giving y'all them kind of fights. And he still took some tough fights even when he was getting older. But true. He earned the right to pick and choose at a certain point. I'm the show.
Canelo hasn't?
You got to fight good, and then you got to pick. Then you got to fight a guy that's not. It's too much ducking.
Yeah.
It's too much.
Just Benavidez, you think?
Man, bro, I can go down the list. But it keeps happening though. Like this guy could rise up and then he'll duck that dude. He just wants a payday. Like, yeah, they want a payday. That's the position you in. What you think this is? So I just feel like, man, when it's a guy that's a threat, like even Dimitri Bivol, the dude he lost to, you got to give him credit for going up in weight. But I feel like he miscalculated though. That was a miscalculation.
It's too much ducking.
If you the all-time great, don't you want to get that back?
He says he wants to rematch, but you know what's so interesting? That's
the key though. He says he wants to rematch. Yeah. It's not gonna happen.
It's not.
So you got Benavidez right now, or you got Terrence Crawford, right? Oh, there's no credit if I fight Terrence Crawford. Well, you fought Amir Khan that was way smaller than you. You knocked him out cold in Las Vegas at the T-Mobile Center. I was there.
Talk to him.
You didn't feel no type of way about that, but now Terrence Crawford is too small and you won't get credit. We gotta be consistent.
Right.
So I'm qualified to speak about this stuff and speak out against it because it's all kind of double standards in the game. So I try to mind my business. And then when I'm asked about it, I'm going to be honest. Good fighter. Box office. Got his country behind. You got to give him credit for all the marketing and the money. Man, get that. But when you start talking about breaking down these resumes and start talking about who's the greatest and you mentioning yourself with other all-time Mexican greats, We gotta have a conversation about that.
So you don't think those two fights will happen, Crawford and Benavidez?
It's not looking like it.
Damn.
But like the Golovkin situation, if they press him enough, he may give in. But listen, bro, get your money. But at some point, every now and again, you got to toe the line. And so you the next one. Come on.
You see that? And I say that all the time. I understand that every fight can be killer after killer after killer, tough guy after tough guy. You get what I'm saying? I get it. You're going to have those in-between fights where there's softer touches. You get what I'm saying? Because he said it's not smart nor wise. You get what I'm saying? Or safe to keep constantly fight killer after killer after killer. So I get that part. But it's at some point, you like he said, you got to toe that line and be like, oh, you the next guy? Yep, I'm going to get you out of there. You get what I'm saying? You beat Benavidez up. Then you go fight one of your Canelo type matchups. Get what I'm saying? Like, I don't think people will cry about that. But to dismiss him completely while taking your type of matchups and while he just sitting in the win, it's just not a good look. That's all I'm saying. And I don't know all the business behind the scenes, like, because there's some people out there that feel like Benavidez don't really want that fight. The fans want it for him. So, with understanding, I don't know exactly what's going on behind them scenes. I still know enough to know that, Canelo has not made a move that would indicate that he's about to fight Benavidez. I do know that much. You get what I'm saying? So I hope he changes tune at some point. But as the longer time go, the less likely that's to happen. This dude already talking about going up to 75. That could potentially ruin the fight in and of itself. And there you go. No Canelo, no Benavidez. So hopefully he changes his mind, man. Says same thing. Canelo miscalculated right. You get what I'm saying? I said it, yo. I'm telling you, man. Smoking on that side. Still think he retired too soon. I don't know if you caught it, Valley. Like if you didn't go check it earlier, he talked about what made him retire and what led to him. Like I said it to people in here, and I don't know if his explanation of what led to him leaving. It made me feel like he retired right on time. Like you got to think the injuries, the physical as well as the mental, with him not feeling like he wanted to do it no more, and still found a way to give us the second Kovalev fight and win by knockout. It was amazing, but he felt like at that point he was on borrowed time, like he said, from all the preparation and different things like that, body breaking down, and him mentally just not wanting to do it no more. Him wanting that freedom back, of not having to live this strict, boxer's lifestyle. You get what I'm saying, so to speak. He ain't put it that way, but that's pretty much what he's saying. He want his freedom back. Like, you get what I'm saying? You boxing, you got to worry about what you eating all the time and stuff like that. So once you get to that point, and I think a part of him was satisfied with the work that he put in. So I think he left at the best time possible because, again, anytime I could see a guy retire from a sport that retires so many that we love, I could appreciate it. It's just dope to see.
And he's just not doing it. There's no appetite to do that.
Is there any boxer that you looked at and be like, I would have loved to fight him?
Man, it's hard for me to talk about the greats because I got a lot of respect for him. But I would have loved to have fought Floyd, just the styles. Really, my three: Bernard and Floyd.
And
at what weight though?
Huh?
At what weight?
It don't matter. Just a fantasy matchup.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Bernard, Floyd, and Roy. I would have loved to have seen my style against their style.
Bernard,
it would have been a
Floyd,
mirror
and Roy
of themselves.
Against Ward, it'd be crazy.
Yeah, that's probably the three that I would have loved to get. And really, the fight that should have happened was
injuries, mental. He talked about
that's a fight that should have happened.
Why didn't it happen?
He didn't want it.
Oh, hold on. So y'all can hear about the Golovkin.
And really, the fight that should have happened was me and Golovkin.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's a fight that should have happened.
Why didn't it happen?
He didn't want it.
He ain't want it.
You're scared. I can say scared, but you were the boogeyman.
I just think, man, guys know they've been around the game long enough where you don't have to be an analyst to be an analyst. They know this guy's a problem for me. And I'm not a bully in the game. He was a smaller weight class than me. He was 160, I was 168. But I take stuff personal when you start saying that I'm the boogeyman. Everybody's scared of me. Okay.
Behind the Hands TV, my bro, what's good with it? How you feeling, bro?
You say, I'll fight anybody. I'm 160. I'll fight you at 168, which was my weight class, or 175. Now you're going to get my attention and I'm going to speak out.
Mm-hmm.
And then when my team sends you an offer, right? And you, maybe 2 years from now, man, come on, bro. I just don't like or respect that kind of stuff. We're fighters, bro. This is what we do, right? You can lie to me, but you lying to the fans. Your promoter, he to this day, when I speak about this stuff, they get mad. Oh, you're lying. They go crazy on social media. Why are you so emotional if I'm lying? What's wrong? I got emails right now that has them turning down a fight. My lawyer said they turned the fight down in less than 15 minutes.
Less than 15 minutes, so bro. Golovkin and them said,
sometimes a lot of talking, man, and when it's time to walk,
good.
It don't. The song and the dance don't line up.
I didn't know if Oakland make Andre Ward the man he is today. I'll be honest with you. I've heard you talk a lot. I ain't never heard you sign this Oakland. Like,
Ward was talking this, man. I love it, yo. This is a great interview, by the way. For a non-boxing platform, great questions. They input. They didn't sound like people that was trying to pretend to like boxing. I could appreciate the authenticity that, you know, you felt from this build right here, as I like to call it.
Yeah, I don't hear it, obviously.
Oakland,
but y'all from the East Coast. You from Baltimore?
Baltimore, yeah.
Yeah, I can hear that.
We from the Carolinas. I'm from New York.
Yeah, we was talking about it in the back. My boy Tate was like, yeah, I can hear that Baltimore in there. Man, it's just, man, the city as a whole, just blue collar. And, you know, my other brothers from, you know, like Marshawn Lynch, and many others that come from Oakland, man, we just like, it's really about action, bro. It's really not about a lot of talking. That's how I carry myself in the game, you know, just blue collar. And you got that grit and that determination about you. That's what Oakland represents to me. And I love it because they say we a small market, but I feel like we got some of the best talent in the world. And I love people saying, oh, that's that boy from Oakland. And that's what they used to say in the amateur, you know, oh, he from Oakland. Because I'm around kids. The National, you got kids from everywhere, Midwest, East Coast. And they would always, man, you talk weird. I'm like, y'all talk weird to me.
You know, the reason why he mentioned, you know, with the Golovkin situation with him at 68 and Golovkin at 60, I believe it was some type of whispers about Golovkin saying he'd be willing to fight whoever from 68, 75, something like that. And that made Andre Ward speak up. And once he spoke up, they didn't want no type of smoke with him. And think about it. Think about if Andre Ward had the same mentality that Golovkin had when it came to him. He had that same mentality with Kovalev. Oh, from 68 to 75. You get what I'm saying? He still went up there and fought the guy that they say he wouldn't fight. Triple G completely ignored the guy that they say he wasn't fighting and been on record for saying he was too much. You get what I'm saying? There's different mentalities in fighters. Like Triple G, respect to him, damn, you know, very, very solid fighter, but I think he was manufactured. I think, you know, the mystique of Triple G and the legend of Triple G went when HBO stepped away from boxing. And you could see it, like, you could see it with the fights. Look how he kind of quietly just, you know what I mean, after the Canelo fights, you get what I'm saying? What fight did he really give you that was crazy? You get what I'm saying? So, I don't know, man. Golovkin seemed like a damn good fighter, but still more manufactured than just letting him be the fighter that he is. You get what I'm saying? Amazon Prime should have Dre and Brian Custer on their boxing. It couldn't hurt, right? It damn sure couldn't hurt. Damn sure couldn't hurt. I'm going to play a little bit more of this. Then we're going to get to the other topics at hand, man.
And they think California is LA. I'm like, it's not LA. I'm in the Bay. And I had to educate them on what the Bay was. I love representing my city, man. It's just blue collar, Charlamagne. Just get it out the mud.
Other than the accent, you know, in the getting it out the mud, what from Oakland stays with you at all times that you carry everywhere?
I just think the mentality, like I said, just blue collar. Just willing to roll up your sleeves and work. You know, you got some places where it's a lot of show, right? I think we're the type of people that when the lights come on and it's time to go to work, we're ready.
When did you realize you were turning generational curses into generational blessings?
That's a good question, man.
Salute,
I think when I start allowing God to get me together, when I start,
that's what he was referring to. That's why he led to it. That's why he was like, when you start saying you'll fight guys, anybody from 68 to 75, then you're gonna get my attention. And that's what it was. It was some whispers that he was making it seem like he'd be willing to go up and fight guys, and then, you know, Ward stepped to the plate. So that's what that was. And you see that it was obviously something because they went so far as to sending them an actual offer. And he said within 15 minutes they turned it down. He got actual emails to prove it. So that's the receipts that people be asking about. And I take Ward to be a pretty honest guy. So honest, that's probably why he don't work for Top Rank no more, because he ain't a go along, get along. He used to be the only one putting up resistance. And them other guys is a little different when it come to their commentary. Andre Ward was one of a kind with it. He was all at the Canelo Two. I mean, think about it. Think about it. I mean, it happens, bro. But Bud Crawford close to 37. You get what I'm saying? He's 36. Yeah, I mean, so I don't know. I just think Triple G. Yeah, it was just more hype surrounding him, man. He was a good fighter, but there was a lot of hype surrounding him. Kate Causey in the building. It was good, family. Salute to my guy, Watch for the Hook, man, in the super chat. He said, think boxing growing. I see a lot of boxers doing interviews. I think people maybe, and this is the good side of it, I think people are understanding the benefit that could come from connecting with audiences and people, right? You know what I mean? You give people a different perspective of you as a fighter and give them a different reason to get behind you and support you. So I think it's dope. And I appreciate all fighters that help like bridge that gap, because there's definitely a gap between the content creator and the boxer, in my opinion. So that's what I'm always trying to do, bridge that gap, man. As long as I can bridge that gap, I'm good.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well. I already been getting these bet, but now it's time for you to get your just do.
Salute to my guy, Watch for the Hook.
My eyes started to get clear, and I started to see things right when I started to learn what it meant to mourn my father's death. Didn't know what that meant. When I started being honest about where I was and being honest about my emotions and feelings, when I started acknowledging the mother wound and how it was affecting my relationship with Tiffany, like when I started like that, I believe that's being a real man. When I was able to humble myself and really start acknowledging these things, I started sensing that I was shifting the paradigm. The paradigm was shifting. And generationally, the curse has to stop with somebody. Mm-hmm. And I believe that God was using me and my wife to stop a lot of the things that have been in our family generational, even poverty, mm-hmm. certain poverty mentalities. Mm-hmm. And I just believe God was helping me and my wife to break that. So it started with me. I got to get me right. I can't lead a family. I can't lead my wife. I can't lead my kids. I can't do it unless I'm getting myself together. Perfect? By no means. But I'm saying them blatant things, them blatant sins and things that generational things that we're talking about, I can't do those things and be the proper leader.
Mm-hmm. But when it comes to God, do you remember the moment or event that caused you to like really strengthen your faith and your belief in God?
My father always gave me a foundation in the word. And it's interesting because I didn't grow up in the church like that. But my father had an understanding. He would open up the Bible and say, man, you got, I probably gave my life to God probably like 20 times when I was a kid, just making sure that it worked. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And just young, not knowing no better. But I always had a respect and a reverence for God. And, when I started getting notoriety, like, I'm aging myself right now, but the newspapers would come to the school and they would want to do an article on me and my brother. My dad would be like, man, you have to make sure you give God glory and stuff. And I didn't really fully understand it. I was scared to do it at that time. My brother, he was outspoken. This dude, we're Christian. I'm like, bro, shut up, bro. Like, man, you always, like, I wasn't there. He was there. Mm-hmm. But that's where it started. But that was my father's faith. And then when I started going through life and then I lost him, I was angry at God. I didn't want nothing to do with church, God, nothing. Like, you allowed this to happen. I didn't acknowledge that I was already slipping and tripping before my dad died. It was his fault. And every time I would smoke something, every time I would drink something, every time I'd be in a situation, I felt like my conscience was still there. I wasn't completely gone, but I would think, man, you're not supposed to be doing this, bro. And Verge used to tell me, and I talk about this in the book. Verge was not only a boxing trainer, but he worked in the probation department at juvenile hall for 25 years. And Verge had and has a gift for young men. He can look at you and say something, make you laugh, but also get at you at the same time. And he used to sit there in the kitchen, man, in East Oakland, man, where we lived. And he'd say, brother, God ain't gonna let you get away with nothing. And this is when I'm in the thick of it. And I would get mad and be like, man, why you hating on me, man? I'm just trying to do my thing and live my life. He said, look, man, I hear you. But I'm telling you, God ain't gonna let you get away with nothing. And sure enough, I'll be in a car full of dudes. You, come here. I couldn't get away with nothing. I could do a little bit, but every time I try to step it up. So those things were starting to chip away at me. And I knew, even though I'm still doing, I knew like, man, this ain't gonna last long. I'm not gonna have a long career in the streets. I'm just not. So it was that kind of stuff, Charlamagne, when I'm in the thick of my situation and I'm rejecting him, he's still running after me, right? And it wasn't to the point to where life was really happening. I had another child, and stuff just started piling up. I had to look up and have a conversation with God, man. I was off some ecstasy, and I talk about this in the beginning of the book, and my heart racing, and I knew I was gonna die. I just knew it, and it took that, Charlemagne, for me to get through my anger, get through my frustration. When the pressure hit, I knew where to go, and I looked up and had a conversation with God, and essentially made a deal with him. Man, you let me live. I'm done. I'm tired. I'm sorry. Forget. And I had this, and I made it through that, obviously.
Wow.
And that was the start of my journey. Did it happen overnight? No. But I started softening my heart. I started being open to God again. I started listening to Verge a little bit more. You know, the window was closing for the Olympics. I'm probably 2 years out at this point. And it was little by little, man, but slowly but surely, man, when I saw God supernaturally take the desire and the taste for alcohol, drugs, and everything else from me. Some people may have to go to a program, and I don't knock that. Everybody got their different stuff. But when I saw that happen, I was like, man, this stuff is real. When I started to develop my own faith and my own relationship, and I started to sense and feel God speaking to me and helping me, and it wasn't just my father's faith no more. That was a memorial. I'll never forget that. I'll never forget that. And then giving me the power and to sustain me all these years in a sport like boxing, being a young father and a young husband, like, man, I'm not that good. Like, without a relationship with God and having that power working in my life, oh, y'all gonna be reading about me on the bottom of the ticker. For sure. In my mind, one part of my mind says, oh, you would have held it together, you would have been fine. But the other part of me saying, you're not that good. So
that's the imposter syndrome.
Man, and that's just being real with yourself, man. So salute to everybody. Appreciate the patience y'all listening to that. I wanted to highlight that. He said a lot of good stuff in that, man. And again, man, a lot of times we just don't appreciate what these boxers go through. They give us the kind of performance on the night that they give us. And that's why I'm just not overly critical like most people. You just never know the demons and stuff that they be fighting in the battles that they fight outside the ring. For that one night's of work, you just don't know all the stuff that lead in up to it, that, you know what I mean? And all it take is one mishap and one slip up, and that's your ass. That's your ass in the ring. It's a loss on your resume, right? So I always just got a different appreciation for what these dudes go through in their careers. Like, I just know it ain't that damn easy, you know what I'm saying? So Andre Ward was open, honest, man, and I think it was good to highlight him. Like I said, salute to the Breakfast Club. That was one hell of an interview for them not being a boxing platform, bro. He gave them a lot of good conversation, man, and a lot of truth in there. Ricky Williams, my bro, what's good with his self-realization? It's a powerful thing. Absolutely, man. Salute to my guy, Ricky Williams. Appreciate you, bro. Rodzilla in the building. Salute, family. Salute to my guy, Killer Man, man. I'm telling you, man, so I just appreciate Andre Ward. I appreciate boxing different. That's why my approach is what it is. I always say that so people can understand. It's just different with me, man. Like, I don't think too many people is going to be sitting up talking about his Breakfast Club interview. Probably. They probably just talk about the stuff he said about Golovkin and maybe the Canelo stuff. But you see, I didn't even want to play the whole thing, but it was just so much good game in there and truth in there from Andre Ward, man. To see that dude get through all of that, like I said, retire on his own terms, knowing that, you know, it was something coming and just knowing how to get up out of there before it was too late, man, I think I'm always respect it. And that's why, you know what I mean, he got that book out, and I think things continue to go well for him, man. He a real one. He deserved it. And he did it the right way, man. Right, man. Facts. R. Stokes wasn't done with him, man. He realized it, like, you know what? Look how smart he is. I'm just not that good at being a bad guy. I got to get up out of here, bro. This ain't it. You get what I'm saying? This ain't it. Salute to my brother, Ricky Williams, man. Much love, bro. Say, pay the man, just do stay working, man. Much love to you, bro. You know, I'll grind for the good people, man. I appreciate all the support.
And we ain't never got to box again. Well, right. well. I already been getting these bet, but now it's time for you to get your just do.
Salute to my bro, Ricky Williams. Appreciate you, family. As always, man. But yeah, man, salute to Andre Ward. Again, great interview. Great interview by the Breakfast Club, man. I appreciated that, man. They was on point with the question, and they steered that in the right direction. They just let Andre Ward go. And I liked it. It was fun to listen to. It was good listen. But, man, moving on for that, man, again, salute to SOG. He continued to be the man even in retirement, man. Even in retirement, he continued to gain my respect. You know what I mean? So, salute to him. But let's get to Tim Bradley, man. And, man, he been saying a lot of different stuff, man. Him, Chris Algieri, salute to Pro Box, Paulie Malignaggi, man. They got a dope segment. They got a dope show with them, man. Little three-headed monster thing that they got going on over there. I like it, man. They be saying some things that be on point, but I see Tim Bradley, you know, he pretty much challenged Haney to fight Teofimo Lopez, and you know, instead of Ryan Garcia. And I guess this is simply because of the energy that Ryan has been showing. I'm guessing this is why he said this. Maybe so, maybe not, but part of me feel like I think Ryan is going to actually make it to this fight. You know, it was funny, right? It was funny, y'all. I was saying he was uploading all these different videos and doing all this different posts on social media, right? And none of it was boxing related. And I was saying, man, give me at this point, I'll take him hitting a Cobra bag or a body shot challenge. And I go on Instagram today, and what do I see? Ryan Garcia back to his old ways doing body shot challenges. So in a weird way, I feel like he gonna make it to the ring. It was the body shot challenge for me. I think he's gonna find his way in there, but I think all eyes still need to be on him because he still is saying a lot of different things. And salute to my guy ETB, Everything Boxing. He made a good point. You know, just because he's speaking on these things don't mean he ain't focused, right? He is using his platform to, you know, and it's a big stage, and I think he's using it to kind of get some stuff off. So I can understand that from that perspective. So it's one of those things where you'll just have to, it's unorthodox, and you typically don't see this with a fighter this magnitude, and he all over the place the way Ryan has been, you know what I mean, with the build up in this fight. And you know what I mean, it's a lot of different feelings. Like Chris Algieri had something to say about Ryan and his what he feel like his issue is, or, you know, he just say straight up, yo, he gonna get his ass whooped. Like he said something about him using the substances and different things like that. I got a few clips in here I'm gonna play. Top rank employee, you know it. Oh, Migdad Bradley, I don't always agree with him, but that he's 100% spot on. Yeah, Ryan never deserved a Haney fight to begin with. The way he carrying it makes you feel like he did. You know what I'm saying? Make it to the fight, but what version of Ryan will we see? Right? He gonna make it there, but at what cost? Aisha, like, you get what I'm saying? Is he? You know what I mean? Is he going to be worse for wear, or is, you know what I mean, is he going to have a snowball's chance in hell? We going to find out. Joe said, Dev, 12 sweep, maybe late round stoppage. He might. Miss B said, Ryan don't even deserve a Tank rematch. That's the stuff he's saying. He got a hit list. He said his hit list after Devin Haney is Teofimo, Tank, Sean O'Malley, and Pacquiao, something like that. So Ryan got some big wishes, man. But let me play this clip from Tim Bradley real quick.
Why don't you go ahead and you fight Teo, Haney? There's options for you at 140. This Garcia's just
plenty of options.
Guy. You got options. Why don't you go after Teo? That's a huge fight. That might even be a bigger fight than Ryan Garcia, in my opinion, because Ryan doesn't have a belt. But guess who has the belt? Teo has a belt. Yep. And you also have a belt, and y'all mesh them things together. Now you got a unification right there of one of the biggest fights at 140 that can be made in 2024.
I mean, look, man, like I said, I'm not big on agreeing and disagreeing too tough, right? But I do, you know, share I understand where you're going with that. But I do understand, I think I understand Devin Haney's way of thinking too. I mean, Teofimo hasn't exactly shown the energy that I think he should when it comes to Devin Haney in terms of wanting to fight him. He don't sound like he will. I heard him say something about making him an offer, but I don't put too much stock into that because he already was in negotiations with Ryan Garcia, who I think he feels like is a bigger fight. I don't know if Teofimo is a bigger fight for him than Ryan Garcia. I know it's a better matchup in terms of like skill wise and from a competitive standpoint, but from like a number standpoint, I don't quite know if that's the bigger fight. And I think that's what Haney feels as well. Not only is that possibly the bigger fight for him, I think it's the more winnable fight for him as well. Even though I think, you know, he has an opportunity to beat Teo as well. I just think obviously where Ryan is right now is not where Teo is at. Teo is definitely at a different level than Ryan. And because of it, I think that's the fight that Haney won. I mean, again, they had, you know, history in the past, 6 fights in the amateurs. Why not get him in the pros one time? He said, Ponytail, man. Till said he won 20 million, man. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So his energy just don't give me, you know what I mean? Hen Dog was good with it, family. You know, you just want to be different. Call him Teo. Yeah, Teo. Yeah, Teo. Yeah, that's why I was like, yeah, what is that? Yeah, I was on mute, but I was over here saying it when he said that too. Teo. Like, who the hell is Teo, bro? Like, who, man, just let me know who
Why
Teo.
don't you go ahead and you fight Teo, Haney?
Know that man name ain't no damn Teo. No, I ain't never heard him say that. Know what I mean? Two gonna start acting loony just like Ryan. Oh, Teo, as soon as you put the camera microphone on him, man, that's crazy. Salute to him, dog. That'd be wild. Teo. I'm like, who the hell is Teo, man? Teo? Teo. Yeah, better fight, not a bigger fight. I'm with you, K. I think the same thing. And from what I hear Teofimo is not as big a draw as what some people think. That's just what I hear. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if it's a bigger fight per se, but I agree with you. I think it's a better fight for us. All of us is a more competitive fight for Devin Haney and stuff like that. So we'll have to see, though, man. I mean, as long as they're at 140, I'm going to always want to see that fight, whether Teo won it or not. You know what I mean? I hope Devin chase him down after this. I would love to see him pursue Teofimo and want to fight him. You get what I'm saying? But you get what I'm saying? He got Ryan on the docket, and I'm going to play something else that Chris Algieri was saying. Chris Algieri seemed a little heated about Brian Garcia.
Ryan wants nothing to do with this. Why do people use substances? Why do people use substances? Because they don't want to deal with reality.
Nah, bro. Chris Algieri came on fast as hell, bro. Why do people use substances? Why do people use substances? Like, he mad as hell at Ryan right now.
Ryan wants nothing to do with this. Why do people use substances? Why do people use substances? Because they don't want to deal with...
Bro, he ain't even finished his word. Ryan with nothing to do with it. He ain't even finished his words. Listen to him, y'all. I know I be tripping, but listen to him.
Ryan wants nothing to do with this. Why do people use substances? Why do people use substances? Because they don't want to deal with reality. He showed up to that.
Nah, hold on. One more time, yo. Look how fast he say, yo, he pissed off. He done had enough of Ryan. He like, bro, you don't want no parts of this fight, bro. You using substances. Watch how he just go in.
Ryan wants nothing to do with this. Why do people use substances? Why do people use substances? Because they don't want to deal with reality. He showed up to that press conference high as hell, drunk as hell. You could see it in his eyes. You could see the dimness in his light. That wasn't there. He didn't want to be there. He did not want to stand in front of Devin Haney again. He already stood in front of that guy, the Grim Reaper, who he dressed up as in the second, which is brilliant. But listen, I feel bad for Devin Haney because he's pushing this too hard. He's got this fight out the way. He was smart to call about the Barboza, but I mean, listen, this fight is not happening. Ryan does not want to be here. He's using substances to get away from reality. The reality is Devin Haney's going to whoop his ass if they fight.
Nah, y'all got to see the actual clip. Paulie was trying to get a word in. Nah, Chris wasn't beat. Algieri wasn't beat. He like, nah, bro. Nah. Bro using substances. The way he was saying substances, he was saying it fast as hell. Yo, he tired of Ryan. He like, nah, bro. Bro ain't locked in. He out here. Why do people use substances? Why do people use substances? He wants no part of this fight. Said the reality of it is, Ryan Garcia is going to get his ass whipped. Man, he was mad as hell. Chris Algieri had it with Ryan. But like I said, y'all, Ryan Garcia is back doing body shot challenges. Everything looking like it's on the up and up for him. You get what I'm saying? He don't look as depleted as I seen him look in that video where he looked like a hostage, his hair all wild, and then the other video where he had the thorn crown on his head and he looked it all funny. The last time I seen him, he looked healthier, so I hope he focused on the fight. He said he was going to give it 5 hard weeks. He also said he wasn't going to talk about nothing else but the fight, but you already know he right back talking about everything and then some of the fight. So it is what it is. I guess this is what we got to deal with. This is the situation Ryan put himself in and put this fight in. So I think the damage to a certain degree is already done in terms of how people perceive him as a fighter and what they expect from him on fight night. I don't think a lot of people expect him to win this fight, rightfully so. Devin Haney putting in dog work. Every time I see the man, he either lifting weights, squatting, running, hitting the bag. I don't know. Devin Haney is sharp. He in his bag. He focused. Man, I wouldn't be surprised if he tried to stop Ryan late. I promise you, I wouldn't even be surprised. The way Ryan acting, wouldn't be surprised if Devin Haney tried to stop him late. Why not? You know what I'm saying? I thought Ryan was selling the fight too, bro, at first. Until he started, Next Gen was good with it, bro. Until he started going way left with it. You get what I'm saying? He started going way left. Teofimo was a big draw. Why does he fight in the Hulu Theater instead of MSG? Right, Shelton? That's what I'm saying. He be complaining about where he be fighting at. 5 weeks for training is absolute bananas. And you know how I know Aisha? Because when I was talking to Shakur, I think he said how he started one of his camps too late. And I think he said a 6-week camp, I think he might have said. And he said that he knew he shouldn't have did that. That wasn't enough time. Like, I think he said 6 weeks. So Ryan's saying 5, and he's way less disciplined than Shakur. So if Shakur is admitting to, he should have started camp early as a real one, Ryan talking about 5 weeks, and you trying to convince the people that, yeah, in 5 weeks, I'm going to just whip myself into top shape. I'm going to be mentally, physically, and emotionally ready for the fight of this magnitude. And like I said, Chris Algieri, even though I'm laughing at his delivery because he seemed genuinely pissed off with the situation with Ryan, but he's spot on. When he showed up like that and Dad was saying he smelled like beer, and then that second time he looked crazy. Look, I don't want to say crazy. I want to use that word. He looked a little off in the presser. People felt like he was high and he was on something, right? I don't want to put that on him. That's what people felt. So I just don't know if you can go from that to now all of a sudden I'm just gonna whip myself back into shape, and I'm gonna be disciplined, and I'm gonna do everything right, and I ain't gonna make no mistakes. I'm gonna cross my T's, dot my I's, and everything gonna be good. We still gotta fight. Yeah, we still might gotta fight, but you might get your ass beat. You get what I'm saying? You might get beat up, bro. So I don't know. Haven't been training for 2 months. It's over. I'm telling you, bro. Every time I see him, Joe. Every time I see him. Oh, salute the fight or get knocked out. Much love, bro. Appreciate you stopping through as well, bro. He said whatever number Haney versus Ryan do would have did way more. But after weird stuff, I think so too. Bro. I really do. Bull, the people happy. Yeah, man. The body shot challenge. Yeah, he bringing it back with that. He making me feel like salute to my guy, next gen. Appreciate you, family. He said 6 weeks, and that's why he missed the weight. Yeah, right. He said 6 weeks. And again, that's him saying that 6 weeks. And I'm like, here go Ryan. This is an undisciplined guy. This is a guy that ain't fought officially at 140, if we being honest. So if he ain't focused, man, I don't want to hear no you miss weight. You 140 pounder, you better make weight, dude. Remember, you ain't no catch weight on this. You're gonna be able to rehydrate and be healthy. Yeah, okay. You better make weight, dude. That's all. But I like to hope that Ryan is fully locked in and he gonna give us the kind of fight we want to see. That's all I want. You know what I mean? He said Ryan just want to check. It's crazy because the fact that I start hearing him talk all this money stuff now and start talking about pay-per-views and draws and all this different stuff, he gonna be a billionaire. It just make me think that his primary focus is the bag, and it's nothing wrong with that because they're fighters, right? It's prize fighting. You got to be focused on the bag, but I think you got to be focused on the fight just as much, if not more, right? You know what I mean? The bag gonna come, but you get less of those if you continue to go out there and lose big fights. So we're gonna see what version of Ryan getting there. Like I said, I hope all of this stuff has been a convenient distraction or something, and that's not really Ryan not being focused. I guess he just fooled us all. I'm gonna just say that. Hopefully he fooled us. For the ones that believe he ain't all the way locked in. Better not miss weight, pointless fight if he ain't for the belt. Yeah, and he, especially for him, he just ruined his opportunity next gen if he do that. Oh, Dev, the money, man. They gonna try to push that after this fight. I'll tell you that. They gonna push that, Dev. You know what I mean? If they can anyway, but I don't know, man. These tickets, man. I'm hearing them tickets ain't flying off the shelves like people saying they are. I mean, I done seen a couple graphics, so I personally hope the fight does well. I want to see both of those dudes go out there and win from that perspective. I just want to see a good fight on 420. You get what I'm saying? May the best man win. Don't got a dog in the race. I think Devin Haney is about to embarrass Ryan Garcia. About Tank and Haney now, he losing to both of them, right? Because he Tank already changed him a little bit, and I just don't see no scenario where he beats him. But Tim Bradley was giving hold on, he was giving
look, Ryan Garcia he's not a fighter. He's a celebrity. And Hollywood will have their way with him. It's sad.
You hear that real quick? Did you hear Tim Bradley said this man is not a fighter? He is a celebrity, and Hollywood is going to have their way with him.
Ryan wants nothing.
Look, Ryan Garcia he's not a fighter. He's a celebrity. And Hollywood will have their way with him. It's sad because there's nobody there that's close to him that's going to tell him the truth and that can help guide him. You know, he knows he's doing wrong because that's the reason why he's always bringing up God. I think he's crying out for help, people. I really do. I think he's crying out for help because he really doesn't want to do this. He just wants the money and he loves the celebrity lifestyle, but he really doesn't want to box.
Man, Kenneth in the building. What's good, family? He said, wow. He said, yo, Hollywood gonna have their way with him, and he really don't want this opportunity. And I get it. I feel like he did respond a weird way to the pressure. I think some of the stuff he's been dealing with is some of the pressures that come with big fights. I do. I can't say fully what his problem is, but I just hope it's more of a show than a reality for him. I just don't know because, like I said, I never really seen this type of energy for no fighter leading up to what would be their second biggest fight of their career. You get what I'm saying? This ain't the kind of energy that you want to see from a fighter that's trying to convince you that they locked in and they focus. You already red flag where you had a step-by-step program or whatever that was, a 12-step program. You made yourself look funny. I didn't even think about that watching the video, but from the outside looking in, you almost made yourself look like you some type of recovering addict or junkie or something that needed a step-by-step program to get your mind right. So you out here playing and talking about F Devin Haney and you gonna knock him out. Your voice all raspy, your hair ain't done, your shirts ain't buttoned up right. You out here looking crazy. Then you out here writing down a damn step-by-step, to-do list that your man said is non-negotiable, but you said you ain't got to do it. Like, it was the weirdest shit I ever seen. So I hope this is all smoke and mirrors, and I hope you playing like I've been saying before. But as I continue to hear different takes and people different opinions on this fight, I feel comfortable knowing that I'm not the only one that questioned if he was good. But like I said, I question that because I actually rock with these fighters. I be wanting to see these dudes in the best situation possible so they can put themselves in the best situation possible to win, and we can get the best fight possible, right? It's a win-win for everybody when you got two focused fighters that really want to go out there and put it all on the line. But like I said, Ryan's energy has just been a little concerning to say the least. You get what I'm saying? He'd be all over the place, and they'd be having you thinking that, you know what I mean, he ain't as locked in as what he should be. That's all. And I don't want to stress that too much, but just wanted to, call that what it is. I think he need to stay more focused, man. He need to make sure he locked in. That, like I said, the body shot challenge showed me that maybe he is getting back to himself. Maybe he back enjoying it or something. Because it looked like from that second press conference, it looked like the first press conference. I think it was the first one? One of them, it looked like he enjoyed. I think it was the first one. The second one, he said Ryan sniffing caffeine pills. The second one, he didn't look comfortable. And ever since then, he ain't been looking as comfortable to me. You know what I mean? I think that's why he's been spending more time talking about everything else and not the fight. But we're going to see. You know what I mean? April 20th will be here sooner than later. And we're going to see it's a fight. We're going to see the fight. He said, show the body shot challenge. I ain't clip it. I should have, though, just to show y'all. Because he back. Yeah, he back doing body shot challenges. And we gonna see if he focused. We're gonna find out. The performance, I think, is gonna dictate that. His effort is gonna let us know a lot. What kind of shape he is in is gonna let us know a lot. I don't want to hear nothing about no drained. I ain't have enough time. Only had 5 weeks. None of that. I don't want to hear nothing. He literally put himself in position not to be able to make one single excuse. Because he has no excuse for not putting in the work. Got your opponent going crazy in the gym, uploading nothing but training videos, and you out here playing. So we gonna see. We gonna see on fight night. Lons, what's good with it, bro? So at first I believe for Ryan, he was trying to pull out of the fight, but now I believe Ryan is setting himself up to use mental health as the excuses to why he lost. It looked like it too. The arbitration clause was to why he lost to Tank. Right. I think it was his focus. We have to admit that loss really frees up your favorite fighter. It do though. It do. A loss do it, man. It do something to him. I hear something from Derrick James about him. Me too. Me too. I would like to hear how Derrick James is feeling in training camp. Like, is he feeling like he fully locked in the way he's supposed to be? I mean, I would love to know. Just from a fight fan's perspective, are we tripping? You know what I mean? Are we tripping? Some of these people are weird, man. Like, man, some of these boxing fans is weird. All they want to do is argue. And, man, I be wanting to see some of y'all. I'm going to start wanting to see some of y'all dudes get in the ring with these fighters. See, so what's good with it, bro? And Devin got Victor Conte behind him. Man, I'm telling you. It's crazy out here. It's spooky. Spooky in this. It's spooky. Spooky in the world of boxing, man. Chris Algieri said, man, straight up and down, you know, Ryan is getting his ass whooped come fight night. He said he getting whooped on. He said he getting whooped on. But we going to find out. We really going to see, though. We going to see what happens in that fight. I'll be glad to see it. And Remo, what's good with it? JBT in the building. Let's talk fashion. What's good with it, fam? What's good with it? And I was doing some reading, man. I see Matias had a little message for Haney, man. He said all Haney do is run. Said Haney, he think Haney don't want to fight him. He said the only way Haney is a threat in his division if he don't fight him or something to that effect. So that was Subriel Mathias issuing more Haney talk, man. He said, "Y'all boy, all he gonna do is run, man. He don't want no smoke. He don't fight." Said he never fight. He was going in a little bit. And Matias answered to fight Haney. Now, yeah, he said all he do is run. So all he gonna do is run. I don't like that run talk because that just tell me that you ain't got the feet. Let's doing Derrick James interview. Oh man, hey man, I always shoot for it, bro. Trust me, I will. Vic, good for the sport. Ask record, nah, the hell nah. Don't put my boy in that. He ain't working with Vic, so he don't want Haney because he gonna run. Yeah, and notice, Chief. Notice. I'm very consistent with that. This is Matias, that somebody I got much respect for. Devin Haney got much respect for him, but miss me with that. He just gonna run stuff. Like, nah, bro. You can't expect a guy to stand there and give you your best chance at winning. I'm expecting you gonna have the intelligence and the feet and the IQ to go get the man. You can't expect guys to stand there and give you the kind of fight you want. And I don't like that for any fighter that talks that way. Oh, he's gonna run. You mean you just want that dude to stand right in front of you and just get chipped up? Nah, man, ain't nobody doing that. But it might be some people that will give you that kind of fight. I think Gary Antoine Russell got the kind of style that you would like. He ain't gonna be looking to utilize the entire ring. He looking to fight too. So you know what I mean? I seen it. I didn't watch it. Rozilla was good. He said something about fighting him, didn't he? I want to see it. That's why I said, man, look, somebody give Gary Antoine a shot. Cause I know he'll give him the kind of fight he's looking for. You know, Ron think he's selling the fight, but he really making us don't want to pay our money. Yeah, Ace. He making us question how focused he is, and he making people not want to pay for it. Straight up and down. He making you not want to pay for the fight. And it's tough because it's like you don't want to ruin the fight before we get here. You know what I mean? Right, man. Right. That's a good one, Rozilla. He give him the kind of fight he want, where you ain't got to talk about somebody running, but just miss me with that running stuff, man. Like, I don't look at Devin Haney as a runner in fights either, bro. He a boxer. I'm tired of hearing that running stuff, man. That running narrative is weak in boxing, bro. Y'all fighters that's out here preaching that dudes be running, y'all better get y'all some feet. I'm telling y'all, get you some feet, bro. I ain't trying to hear all this running stuff. The man does engage in his fights. He don't spend the whole fight on his back foot and moving. You get what I'm saying? So I'm just not a fan of the running narrative. I don't like it. That we're gonna run the whole fight. Yeah, I think it could be. It could be next gen because he's gonna have to engage to make the fight entertaining. I think he will. I haven't seen a fight where he didn't engage. You get what I'm saying? I ain't saying he's gonna be smart, but I don't look at him as a runner, bro. I just don't like it. If you're a runner, jack him for them nights then. Get what I'm saying, Rick? Hunt him down. You get what I'm saying? Hunt him down. And jacking, I like that. Jacking for the nights, bro. We ain't trying to hear that. I just think it's a lazy excuse, Rick. I can see if you're not engaging at all and you legit just going to try to survive. I haven't seen one single Devin Haney fight where he's done that. So you can't convince me that he's a runner. He going to move because he's supposed to. Nobody trying to become concussed. Matias, you out here making dudes quit, you know what I mean, on stools and all types of stuff. Ain't nobody trying to go through that. Get what I'm saying? Nobody trying to go through that. So I just don't like the runner narrative. I think it's bad. I think it's bad for boxing. And it's a poor representation or a description as to what's taking place in the ring. Just say you don't got the feet to keep up with the guy and he gonna outbox you. I just don't like that response. I like Matias. I just don't like the runner narrative. Again, it's weak. You know what I mean? Ain't no running. You gotta go get him, man. The same 2 feet he got to run, you gotta go get him. You don't want to fight the water around the ring, go fight Gary. Yeah, because you make no mistake, Devin gonna box that dude. He ain't gonna stand in there and just be fighting with him because that's gonna give Matias the best chance to win. And why would you do that? I say that all the time. I'm very consistent. It's about hitting and not getting hit, not seeing who could be the first one to get a concussion or who could take more shots before they get a concussion. Like, I'm not interested in seeing that type of fight, bro. Like, nah, don't get me wrong. If you want to go in there and rock 'em, sock 'em robot, then I'm all for it. But you can't expect nobody smart like a Devin Haney to stand there in your wheelhouse and allow you to just, you know what I mean, go to work on him, because it just wouldn't be smart for him. That would be be putting him at a disadvantage. You get what I'm saying? And that would be, advantage to you. Like that. That's not something he gonna do. Pressure makes diamonds, and it all depends on Ryan for sure. I just don't think Ryan is a diamond. Respect to him, though. I don't think he going I don't think he pressure burst pipes and make diamonds. I think his pipe about to get burst respectfully. You know what I mean? But Matias really don't want to smoke. I don't know. I don't like that answer, Joe. I don't like it, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I'm consistent. I don't think that means he won't fight him. Maybe he's just talking trash. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he's just talking some trash. But I don't like the running narrative. That's all. Like, you know what I mean? But he's saying he'll never come to fight. So all he do is run the whole time. And I'm just like, I don't know about that. But you can't blame him because everybody don't have that, that on the front foot the whole fight in your chest, chest to chest, shoulder to shoulder type of style. And as a boxer, you're supposed to understand that there are different styles in boxing, and the great ones can adapt and adjust. So if you're in there with a guy that wants to move a lot, you have to be prepared for that. I'm not giving nobody no out because you don't have good feet or you don't have feet good enough to catch up with a guy that's looking to move on you and present a moving target. That's how you win. I always appreciate watching a smarter fighter, and I never complain about it because you demonstrating something. You know what I'm saying? You showing me that you can outthink your guy and stop him from getting in your wheelhouse and stopping you. I respect it, but you're not going to just stand there and allow a power puncher to tee off on you, bro. Be happy, say if you're a power puncher and try and land them. I bet they won't be able to. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's the same. That's like him saying he ain't going to fight you because you punch hard or you want to fight in the inside. You get what I'm trying to say? That's like that. That's like say that these power punchers that be claiming dudes be running, yeah, they kill me because it's like you don't hear nobody saying, "Oh, I ain't gonna fight him because he can punch hard." They getting in there and fighting you, but y'all complaining about guys with good feet because you got power to knock a guy out, and you know your best chances if you can trick somebody into exchanging with you and putting them in a bad situation so you can get the knockout. I just don't like those tactics. I don't like when fighters talk like that. I mean, guy got good feet. You got to do your homework and prepare for a guy that's going to be in there moving and trying to box you. Other than that, miss me with all that. The dudes ain't coming to fight. Now, dudes ain't coming to get knocked out. Dudes not coming to become concussed, bro, in the ring. Like, you got to understand that. Some dudes are actually smart and understand that the less you get hit, the longer you last. And Devin Haney happens to be one of those guys, not in there to be taking punishment. Like Mayweather said, man, ain't nothing cool about taking no punishment, bro. Yeah, we respect it and, we love it from an entertainment standpoint, but ain't nothing cool about going in there taking punishment, bro. Nothing cool about it. Nigga, baby, and Devin fight still be on. You stupid, though. That's for Texas. Matias already by 12-0. Just wait till the end of the year, Josh. I want to see it, man. Salute to my bro. Ricky says it's a ring. Can he run out the ring? You get what I'm saying? It's an art to fight, and when I want to fight. That's what I'm saying, bro. That's what I'm saying, Rick. And when I hear running, I just hate that narrative, anybody that's using it. And notice, it typically comes from people with power that want to come be front foot heavy and get guys out of there. So you can't expect dudes to want to stand in there and get knocked out for your entertainment, yo, or for you to win a fight. You get what I'm saying? If a guy understands that you can't keep up with him and you don't have the best feet and your mobility and movement ain't the best, they're going to utilize it. You get what I'm saying? The thing is to put you in situations where you are uncomfortable and make you have to earn it. And again, that's what he going to do to you. I think that's how that fight will play out. So I'm not exactly I just don't like, I ain't confident when he make those kind of comments because it's already like a built-in excuse. All that runner stuff is weak to me, man. Go chase him. You got feet too. If he running, chase his ass. You get what I'm saying? I hate that he running stuff. If he running, go chase him. You know what I mean? you got on sneaks too. You got 2 feet. Go get his ass. I'm busy in the building. What's good with it, fam? He's a runner. He's a track star. And Teofimo, man, I'm gonna play this little short clip from Teofimo. Teofimo had a little quick message for Matias too, man.
You know, to a message for Matias, you know, I ain't even gonna mention you, boy, because you overprice yourself. You don't want to fight. We've tried to make a.
Imagine saying you're not gonna mention somebody, and then the very next second you mention.
You know, to a message for Matias, you know, I ain't even gonna mention you, boy, because you overprice yourself. You don't want to fight. We've tried to make a fight with you. You say no, and then who? Hey, Paulie, ain't it funny? It's like, oh, we're gonna do what Teofimo did to us after this fight, and we'll see if he could take this fight, homie. I'm the king. I say what I want to do. You don't.
Man, Teo said he the king. He say what he want to do. You don't. And Matias don't want to fight. Priced itself out already. That's that same old BS talk, that rhetoric that people use when they want to convince you that they want to fight, but that guy don't want to fight him. So they'll say he priced himself out just to convince the viewers or the people at home that, yeah, they was willing to make this fight, but he didn't want to do it. You can't try to fight no injured fighter. I want somebody, please try to fight this man. You know what I mean? Somebody. Dante's Boxing Talk. What's good with it? Keyshawn got something to say. TL, and he wanted to fight. Right. TL, Ryan, Rule, all-star crazy people. I'm telling you, all-star crazy people. The all-star cast, bro. Trio, the 3 Stooges, man. 3 damn Stooges, bro. I'm thinking the same about some boxing fans. I've got half of y'all ain't never been in the gym. Along the ring, I've been in the ring, so I know how it is. And for me, not being a boxer, for me, Gianni, I still can identify with how difficult and hard it is for fighters to do what they're doing, bro. So I just have a deeper and different appreciation for the overall sport, which is why my commentary be the way it be when it comes to these fighters. You know what I'm saying? I don't go too crazy because it's not that deep. And I understand that what they're doing is nothing light. It's not easy. I don't think they will though, Joe. And they shouldn't though. They shouldn't call him right now because he got a whole fight lined up, and it's going. I would look at it the same way. The shoe is on the other foot. Don't wait till Matias got a fight lined up to try to act like you want to fight him. If you really want to fight him, you should be the first one calling him out after April 20th when he get his hand raised. You get what I'm saying? Whether you get his hand raised or not, you should be calling him out if you want to fight him. So I don't expect him to call, though, for that reason, though. But we'll see. Right. Being a human being and giving the grace we want and expect goes a long way. Salute to my guy, Aunt McQueen. LaMarcus, what's good with the family? How you feel? I'm talking about before that. Yeah. But before that, you got to think, bro. He's still injured at that point. When they initially reached out to him and his team is when he was injured. So I can't say I know all of what they're doing behind the scenes in terms of who reaching out and who not. But I think what you will find out is if he really wants that fight when that man is free, if you get where I'm going, right? Instead of, because you kind of knew for a while since Ryan opened his mouth that was the fight that Devin Haney wanted. So, you know what I mean? You let them square that business away. And if you really want to fight him, then you know what I mean? You get in touch with Bill. I don't think nothing wrong with that, but I'm not into guys calling guys out and trying to make fights when dudes got fights lined up already. Like, you get what I'm saying? It's just a little distasteful. I almost take it with a grain of salt. Like, you don't really want that because you know you got an opportunity lined up already. So we'll see. One-hand bandit don't want it. Bill Haney voice. The one-hand bandit, man, that cause some real problems if he get in that kitchen. Banks, the boxing fan. What's good with it, Banks? How you feeling, bro? I know Bill be doing this trolling. He a funny dude, but I don't know. We'll find out. We're gonna find out. I mean, that's the only thing I can say. We'll find out. I think Matias was gonna fight a couple guys. I gotta look back at my notes and see what they say he was fighting. I got to see, man. But Matias, man, I do think he's a legit threat at 140. But as long as there's momentum, he riding his momentum, he a player at 140, and he got a belt. As long as he got that belt, he a player. Somebody gonna have to dethrone him. Somebody gonna have to fight him. I don't care who it is. I just want to see him fight. Somebody that actually is gonna prepare and try to win. My voice going out. Now almost 2 hours mark. I knew it. Tio on send Ryan a gift wrap invite. Once he loses to Devin. Telling you. I don't see him trying to fight Devin. While Matias in the kitchen, I can see if Devin really got the best chin in boxing. Now, it's not. I don't think he got the best chin, but I don't think he got a bad chin at all either. I think he's pretty damn durable, and he got this weird ability to be able to take your shot and deliver even more. You know what I'm saying? So you really got to be on point for Matias, though. That's all. You know what I'm saying? You got to just really be prepared for him. I ain't saying he can't be beat, but if you're not going to prepare for him properly, you're going to be in some trouble. Matias going to run into the right one. That crash tummy style can't last. It's I call it the crash and burn kind of, because it look good while you young enough, physically able enough to perform like that. But I think it gets tougher and tougher to go all out like that every fight. And I said that, just ask Sean Porter. Just ask Sean Porter. You know what I'm saying? So it's just not, it's difficult to do. You take his best punches, have the best chin in boxing. Oh, if he take Matias' best punches, do he got the best chin in boxing? Nah, I'll say he got a damn good chin though, because and again, Matias is not the biggest puncher. Like, he ain't he can punch, but I think it's the accumulation and the different variety of punches and angles that he used when he throw them. And he the master of generating a lot of power with those short shots from the inside and he don't have to load up. So Matias is just dangerous, man, for anybody in the inside. Yeah, I seen him take some pretty clean ones, man. He got a beard on him, bro. You got to beat him up. I'm pretty sure. You know what I'm saying? And if you not, then he gonna end up beating you up. That's what it looked like. From the biggest punch, nonetheless, it appears to be sturdy for sure. You could tell, man, getting hit, because you ain't gotta be the biggest of punchers. That he can take some. He took some clean flush shots, and he be right there. In them 1,000 times, though, I'm telling you. I want to see how Dev Chin hold up 420. Yeah, if Ryan could land a shot, it'd be interesting. If he can, land with any kind of consistency. Savo said Pillow Hands needs to fight Shakur. I love to see them fight, man. I always say Dev don't got pillow hands because you don't see guys running through them. Like, notice when a guy really don't feel like you have nothing, they're going to run through you and treat you like it. I just haven't seen nobody quite approach a Devin Haney fight where they're like, you know what, this dude really ain't got nothing. I'm going to go get him. You know what I mean? I thought Regis had the best attributes and chance at doing that, but even he ran into resistance that I don't think he was necessarily prepared for. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. Once Matias Chin get checked, he will never be the same time. A knockout loss is going to change. I think it's going to change because it might be devastating, Rick. because you can't continue to serve your chin up on a platter. That's my biggest critique for him ever. Can't serve your chin up on a platter like that, bro. Yeah, Duarte was eating some joints. He was eating some shots. But right now, it's the reason why Shakur's sitting at 135. I think he's sitting at 135 because that's where he at. Like, I don't look at it no other way. I think that's where he just got there. I think that's why he's sitting at 135. If somebody trying to convince me that the reason he ain't going to 140 is because of another fighter, I'm gonna call bullshit immediately. Know what I mean? None of them dudes ain't scary. Know what I mean? When you try to run through Dev, he gonna grab you. Like Matias fight Haney, you'll see him get ran through. Like he has pillow hands. That'd be interesting, cuz I love to see it. I love to see the matchup. I just hope they actually could make it happen because they both champions. And I don't see Matias losing his next fight. He could, though. Happened to my Oregon facts. You cannot serve that chin up on a platter. It's just not a good sign. It's not a good thing to do. Not in the sport of boxing. Somebody gonna ruin you. He was walking through shit into the seal. That chin was broken. For sure, I'm telling you this. He broke the seal on that chin. It was trouble. Trouble. Better snack than Shakur. Shakur ain't on snack. That's why I keep telling you. Shakur ain't on that snack, no snack program. Not that shit that they got going on. That's hard work and dedication over there, big dog. Ain't no snack pack over here. You know what I mean? He don't need the snack pack. You know? Bro don't need the snack pack. These people always want to argue in the comments. I'm telling you, man. I wonder how many of these dudes that be telling people how to fight when they in front of somebody been punched in the face before. I'll just be wanting to know, man. His high guard be strong enough. Trust, man. That high guard, I'm telling you, he dangerous once he get in your kitchen. He get in your kitchen, he gonna start disrupting stuff, man. Does he wear it on his shorts? Yeah, man, but that ain't, you know, they don't work with the same people is what I'm saying, right? Boots, you know, got something going on with Snack, right? So did Demetrius Andre, but you know what I'm saying? They don't all work with the same people. You know what I'm saying? You don't see Victor Conte and nowhere near Shakur Stevenson. So we ain't gonna put that on him. Like, and why I say that, because although I don't think it's no funny business when it comes to Devin Haney whatsoever, but I just don't like the optics of being in bed with somebody that got a detailed checkered past to, you know, being on some foul play stuff. Like, I don't rock with it. But if he like it and it worked for him, then, you know, but again, I ain't never seen them two in the same room in the picture or none of that before. You say Snack strong, Boots had a one fight deal. Hilltop, what's good with the family? How you feeling? And again, I just don't be knowing the full extent to these dudes' deals and stuff, but it'd be clear to see it evident who's working with who. You know what I'm saying? They ain't working with the same people. Corey Williams and Peter. Yeah, he said no to him. That's the thing. But he talked like they'll fight him, so I don't know if he'll revisit it or whatever the case, but I know he said no the first time. Haney will duck Matias like the plague. Say less, said Haney gonna duck Matias like the plague. Matias said, Haney, all you do is run. All you do is run. Feel like I'm on a goddamn track team. I need that clip from Juice. I need that clip from Juice. All we do is run. Oh man, I gotta go find that clip from Juice, bro. I gotta go find that clip from Juice. Man. I gotta find that clip from Juice. Man, that's how these fighters be. Complaining when they get in there with somebody that know how to box. All he do is run. Feel like I'm on a goddamn track team. I'm serious. Man, that was fun. I gotta find it, bro. Tio just be dissing everybody, bro. Tio, shout out. I go on a goddamn track team. I'm telling you, Mr. Improd in the building. What's good, my guy? How you feeling? He said, what do you think would be better? The numbers, Tank versus Martin, Haney versus Ryan. I'll say this, right? You got a couple factors going on, right? You got a Ryan that has already been in there and had those crazy numbers with Tank. I don't think they'll do those type of numbers right off the bat. And the fact that Ryan has been masquerading and moving the way he's been moving, I think he, in some ways, could have killed the fight. You know what I'm saying? I think he could have been killing the momentum of the fight, so to speak. So I would like to see, like, you know what I mean, exactly what the numbers is, but I wouldn't be surprised if Tank numbers do better. One, he fighting somebody they said he wasn't going to fight. I think that's a dangerous fight, regardless of what people saying. And people going to genuinely want to see it. I think the fact that Tank been out of sight, out of mind for a little bit is going to really be a demand I want to see him. So I still think their numbers going to do better. I could be wrong, though. Mike White in the building. Was good with the Gertz. My God, how you feeling? You can't hit someone that's hitting you. It's because you keep backing up. We say you running too. Yeah, you get what I'm saying? Right. Of course you running. Blackout said Dev is the best overall fighter and the most accomplished at 135 to 140, though. I mean, look. Most accomplished, I don't know. I don't know, man. I just don't know. It's subjective. I don't want to argue that. Look, Dev is doing his numbers. I don't even want to argue that. Ain't nothing for me to argue. If you feel like he the most accomplished and best overall fighter at 135 to 140, salute to you, bro. I ain't here to argue that. He a hell of a fighter, I know that. And he damn sure at the top. So where we're at, we're gonna find out. But I think the only way you could find out if he's the best overall fighter at 135 or 140, respectfully, you can't be that without fighting the absolute best fighters at either 135 or 140. Now, just highlighting a comment, at 135, the best fighter on his resume is Lomachenko. I don't think nobody had Lomachenko as the absolute best fighter at 135 with Shakur Stevenson and Tank being right there. That's just me. Fighting Regis Prograis at 140, I think you fought one of the most dangerous guys there, no doubt. But I don't think that people are saying that's the best overall fighter there. So to me, it's still up in the air as to whether or not he's the best overall champion now, most accomplished. I don't know how people weigh accomplishments because I don't really be thinking that way, right? I know he's undisputed. I know he's a champion in another weight class, but I don't know if that makes him more accomplished than everybody else because he snatched up all the belts. I don't know how you look at it, but I think when you're a champion through 3 different weight classes, I think that speaks volumes. I really do. I'm going to keep saying it. You know what I mean? I think when you're able to navigate through multiple weight classes and snatch titles, I respect it the same way I do if you snatch them all up. You get what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I have Shakur over there, better boxer. I think so too. Think your eyes. That's what the eyes tell you. I believe Ngannou versus Wilder is a great fight. Ngannou's going to keep boxing. He said he ain't going to stop until you get the Wilder fight. I just read that, but I think after he got sparked, he better just going back to the MMA world. Dev target should be the 350, 375. That's solid, right? Ryan killing the hype. I think so too. There's Loma number 1 in the rankings still. You know how them rankings is bullshit. And again, he can be ranked number 1. Shakur ain't going to be ranked number 1 because he a champion. So you get what I'm saying? So he ain't going to be ranked number 1. So Loma ranking is just more I mean, listen, it could be accurate to some degree, right? But not really. I think he's just another privileged ranking for Lomachenko. You know what I mean? No other fighter that we speak about can have a record of 17-3 and would be ranked number 1. I can guarantee you that. I can guarantee you they wouldn't have him ranked number 1, especially not coming off no loss. And they moved somebody out of the way and put him there, if I'm not mistaken. I forget. It was a while ago, but I was definitely favorite. So many fighters that does the sweet signs better than him. Just say your 5th favorite. I got Antoine, the best at 140. His style too bad for them guys. Antoine is a dog. He got a style that's going to be problematic for people. Better boxer, I don't know. I think he just got more pedigree. I think he got more of a bag overall. I think that's what I've seen. I think he's a more complete fighter than Devin Haney. That's just my opinion. You know what I mean? And listen, I'm still going to support Dev the same way, but boxing is sensitive if you can't have no opinion on who you think is a better fighter. I just see better talent and better skill. And then when I listen to a lot of the trainers and the fighters as well, especially the fighters that share the ring, like they'll tell you who, you know, from their perspective, who they think is the better fighter. So a lot of times I've heard Shakur. A lot of times. I mean, I'm watching an interview where a guy didn't even want to say which one, and then he was like, "F it, man. I'm gonna just Shakur, man." He's like, "I ain't even about to cap, man." So it's just what it is. The title out there lost. How right? It's privilege. Gary, nice man. Little Gary. Somebody ain't mentioned Little Gary name since they got there. I don't know. So Devin box better than everybody. Hell no. I mean, he's a hell of a boxer, but look, I've been saying this for a long time. It don't have nothing to do with being a fan. I just see different pedigree in certain other guys. You know what I'm saying? He's sharp as hell, very disciplined, and he can fight his ass off. I'm always gonna give Dev his credit. Aloma lost 2 fights in the division and had a questionable win over Jermaine as well. Yep. And still be ranked in number 1. Riding in the gym with Derek today. He better lock in, man. Salute to my baby girl, Miss Just Do. How you feeling, baby girl? Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey. Blackout said Dev, the best eat Oakland, though. Look, Dev is one of the best. Blackout, let me tell you this. Devin the Dream Haney is one of the best fighters in the world to date. Get what I'm saying? Just Do don't have no problem saying that. He is. He just simply is. You get what I'm saying? Where you want to rank them in terms of 1, 2, 3 to 5, 10, all that stuff, I don't care. I just know when I look at him, I know I'll be looking at as one of the best fighters in the world. You know what I mean? Salute to him. He's going to always get his credit. Which I have a whole lot to say about him at the same time with their favorite tank. Hell yeah. I mean, look, it's just what it is. He said he dedicated this fight to his kids, so I better see him a brand new fighter or else he's fibbing. Yeah, you know. I know you don't think Devin is the best boxer. Nah, I don't. I think Tank is a more complete fighter. I think Shakur is a more complete fighter. You know what I mean? I think Devin Haney is still elite and one of the best fighters in the world, absolute best fighters for sure. But it's definitely some guys I feel like better fighters. But that's just me. Only, you know what I mean? The only way we gonna really find out if we see him fight. You know what I mean? But I know what I see from him. I don't think he'll be in a fight that he won't have an opportunity to win. And I think that's saying a lot. I think people get too sensitive with the opinion. Like, if I'm not trashing the guy and I'm just telling you, I'm giving him his utmost credit, people don't even do that. People shit on him. I give him his credit. It's just you're not going to get me to ass kiss and tell you stuff that I don't believe. I think it's 2 fighters that have beat him. And especially right off the bat, like a lot of, but at the same time, like I said, it's not a fighter that a fight that he'll be in. I don't think that he'll have he won't have a chance to win. You know what I'm saying? I think that's saying plenty about him. Good, you know what I'm saying? When they had only number 1 over Bud, that's when I stopped caring about that list. Yeah, you know, we all know. Salute to Cuzzo. And he looking like a big man, and he doing more strength training than usual. Yeah, he look like he preparing to beat Ryan's ass. To be honest with you, think about what Bradley said, do. About which one, fighting Lopez or you know, because he said a couple things. I played a clip where he was talking about he challenged Devin Haney to fight Teo, as he put it, Teo, and then I played a clip where he said Ryan Garcia is a celebrity, he's not a fighter. Better be careful on how much muscle he put on. Oh, Frank Martin, yeah, man, that's gonna be real. It's more than 2 cuts, yeah, but you know those are the names that come up the most, cuz also. I just because he said 135 to 140, so I had to just make it clear, like, to me. And then it's some people at 140 that's gonna be some tough fights for him. But I listen, he can win any of these fights, bro. Like, that's the thing. For me, I be wanting people to hear me. If you hear me giving a guy they just do, you can't knock me if I think somebody can beat him. You know what I'm saying? That's not nothing crazy. This is boxing, bro. You know what I'm saying? Did you see the video of Ryan beating his security down? Oh, the body shot. Was he doing the body shot? Teofimo. Oh, the Teofimo thing. Hey, I like it, Grinch. Listen, I like it. I like that fight. I even like it after this fight. You know what I mean? I think he definitely want that Ryan Garcia for financial reasons. And I think Teofimo will be a great fight for him. I really do. But I don't know if Teo really want to fight. Yeah, putting all that muscle gonna slow you down, slow them punches down for sure. Teal been quiet. He been back running his mouth. He said Matias overpriced himself and all this stuff. He don't really want to fight. Hold on, I got the real quick clip. Fish Grease, what it do, family? How you feeling, bro? Water Walker on them guys. Stay busy fights. I don't know, man. Salute to the Water Walker, but we gonna see. I'm confused on Teofimo Endgame plan. He got something done. I don't know what's up with Teo.
You know, to a message for for Matias, you know, I ain't even gonna mention you, boy, because you overprice yourself. You don't want to fight. We've tried to make a fight with you. You say no, and then hey, Paulie, ain't it funny? It's like, oh, we're gonna do what Teofimo did to us after this fight, and we'll see if he could take this fight. Homie, I'm the king. I say what I want to do. You don't.
Teo said he the king. He say what he want to do. So he claimed. I just don't like when guys claim that they try to make fights and you know, dudes either injured, had something lined up. I don't like that. If you really want that fight, then you really try to make that fight. That's my thoughts on it. Like, you don't just keep running to the media. Oh, I try to make all of these fights. Nobody wants to fight me. And Jermaine Ortiz hopped in there immediately, bro. Like, get that shit out of here, man. You ain't being ducked. They're like, everybody with this imaginary duck story. Everybody don't want to fight me stuff, man. Get that out of here, bro. I know some people that beat your ass. I tell you what. And Shakur get the 140 and you there, I definitely got my money on him any day over your silly ass. I like Teo though, but he just be talking sometimes. Dad will fight everybody, asked him to go after Dad. Look, I don't doubt that he's not willing to get in there with any and everybody, but I just want to see it, right? I think all these dudes will fight each other if their business is right, but I want to see it. You know what I mean? Funny face of the screen, Devin with Tank Fame, some badge changing them. I'm telling you, man. So many casual I see calling Haney a weight bully. Nah, he's not a weight bully. Grinch, look, it's like this, bro. If he can make the weight, you make the weight. But what I will acknowledge, right? People, I think they're using the wrong term. I think weight bully is the wrong term. But what you can say is, if you're rehydrating to 165 pounds, I think it's safe to assume that you could be fighting safely another weight class or so up. And I think that's what people are saying. They're looking at it like, dude, you not fighting nowhere near your walk around weight. Nowhere. You get what I'm saying? You really shrinking down to fight at. You was doing it at 35. They saying now, seem like because it was difficult for you to make it in the first fight, seem like you about to do the same thing here. So I think that's where that weight bully term come in. But I don't see the man as a weight bully. For one, if you can make the weight, you make the weight. And for two, if you look at Devin Haney and his style, he's just a pure boxer. I don't see him use weight to win fights. He used the skills and he boxed your ass. He boxed his ass off and he boxed your ears off. Like, so I don't really, you know, I never call him a weight bully. I'm not into that, but I get what people are saying. Like, yo, you much bigger than the weight classes you fighting at. And then, you know, when you got his father saying things about 47 and saying we could fight at 154 right now and you're at 140, that's exactly what people are talking about. If you can fight at 154, which is junior middleweight right now with no problem, and you're at, you get what I'm saying, junior welterweight 140, then you're going to have some people assuming that you're shrinking down to make a, you know what I mean, a more comfortable weight for an advantage. I don't really put too much stock into that because of the fighter that Devin Haney is. And like I say, don't win fights with weight to me. Like maybe he has some type of advantage because he's heavier, bigger, I guess, right? But ultimately, the way he's winning the fights is the reason why I'm not putting so much stock into that. Yeah, it must be some type of advantage, right? But that's not the end all be all, because it's not like, you know, staying at the weight is making him some bigger puncher or something like that. He's really winning these fights because he's more skilled than the guys that he's in there with. You get what I'm saying? That's what I'm seeing. So I don't really put too much into the weight stuff. You know what I mean? Tia versus Keyshawn, give me T. Key. I love it. I would love to see all these fights, bro. Give it to me, all of them. It hurts you. Shrink down not to help you. The Devin's not fighting his proper weight class. That's what they say. LWBoxing, the fax machine in the building. Salute to my guy. He's not weight bully, and he does have a bigger frame though compared to some dudes. Yeah, that's just what it is. I ain't about to call him no weight bully. I can't tell you where you should fight at, but I'm just telling you I understand people saying like you obviously rehydrating that much because you can be fighting at a higher weight. But I'm not going to then in turn call you a weight bully. I'm just going to acknowledge the fact that you can do it. And when I hear your father say it as well, oh, we could fight at 54 right now. You're acknowledging that you can fight a weight class up with no problem. A couple weight classes up with no problem. That's what you're saying. So it's not really a big deal to me unless I've seen him going into fights and leaning all over guys and tiring them out and then beating them that way. He's really going in there and boxing. So I can't take that from him. weight class, just sit back and be a supporter of the sport. You're still gonna watch. Yeah, I mean, you can't determine the weight class, but I think it's pretty evident when you got the clues. It's not what weight class you determining, but I think it's safe to assume if you're rehydrating 25 pounds higher than the weight class that you weighing in, that it's safe to assume that you can comfortably fight a weight class higher, simply because you're rehydrating that much. Like, you literally in the ring at almost a super middleweight. So I don't think me thinking you can fight at welterweight is out the realm of possibility. And even your pops at junior middleweight, right? So I can't determine where his weight at. I don't even care to do it. Again, until I see him, bulldozing guys and leaning and laying all over people to, then I'll credit that to the reason he win fights. But other than that, I just see boxing ability and skill. Not his length and his height. No power 135 when it comes to Haney. All right. It's a big concern, though. Don't want to see Dad diminish himself in the long run. Hopefully he losing weight in a safe fashion for sure. P. Hunter in the building. Dad is using his weight to his advantage, not to bully, but to not get bullied. And that's a good point. That's a good point. Devin is no bully period. Nah, he's definitely not a bully. Not a bully at all. For sure. Now, y'all see, the thing is, bro, when people be having their opinions, I don't see why people go back and forth about how people feel about the fighter. You feel the way you feel. Like, nothing nobody says should change the way you feel. Like, I never understood why people go back and forth. That's why you've never seen Just Do in the chat going back and forth with somebody about their opinion. I don't even, you know what I mean? I don't know why people do that. I don't know why you feel some type of way. With Tank missing weight twice. He ain't missed weight twice. You just putting that on him. He missed weight once, and that more so was a discipline thing than him being big. You clearly know Tank Davis is not a big fighter at all. You know what I mean? He's not a big fighter at all. He's just not a big guy. He's gonna have to stay at 140 for a minute. I hope I don't see Dad going to 147 with them guys for a couple years. Yeah, I think he'll sit around at and be posted. You get what I'm saying? From yeah, I think he'll be at 140 for a while. I really do. At least I do. A couple more fights at least. You know what I'm saying? At least. But we'll see, because you got Ryan at least for another fight. So we'll see where he goes after that. And the reason why I say that, because he say he don't plan on chasing undisputed. So, you know what I mean? We'll see. Yeah, once at 30. Yeah, once. He never missed weight twice. And again, there's no excuse for it. You just know it was a lack of discipline. He cleaned that up, and you ain't seen him come close to missing the weight again. So Tank pretty much been on point, locked in and focused when it come to, that weight stuff, that discipline. It's like he really get it. He understands what's in front of him. So I think that's why we be seeing the best versions of him each time he go out there. End up at 160 one of these days. He definitely could end up at 160. He could, but excuse me, but I don't think so. I don't know, because I think that'll be a lot. I don't know. That's tough to see. You really got to have some sting on your punches, man, to deal with those. Those some big boys up there, and it ain't just weight. It's everything, like the skills and, are there too. Speed, power. It's a combination of things. 160 is a much different ball game, man. Who knows though? I mean, one thing about the kid, I just don't count him out being able to do different things because he works so hard, right? And I know that's really a big part of the battle. He's willing to put the work in. So I don't doubt his ability to go chase greatness at all, right? But I do think 160 is a lot if I'm just looking at it now. Even if he is hydrating up to 65, I don't feel like he's going to be at middleweight no time soon, or super middle. Like, just imagine that. You know what I'm saying? So that's a lot. Jermaine Wood in the building said Haney has to fight Matias. He will move up quickly. We're going to find out, though. We're going to find out. Cap at 147 is touched by them 54-60. He get hurt. I think 54 and 60 is some dangerous territory. That's risky up there for sure. Look, take a shit there with Campbell's, would make all these demands in the biggest fight of his career with Tank. You know how that go, bro. You know how that go. AKA, I don't really want to fight, but I want people to think I do. You know what I mean? So he only be at 40 for Ryan, and maybe the winner of Rolly and Cruz. He is not trying to fight anyone else. And I feel you, P. Hunter. I won't put that on him yet. I just want to wait and see, right? I'm going to give him that. I'm going to wait and see, just like I do with everybody else. He fought Regis real quick. I understand the Ryan fight for him, financially motivated probably for the most part, because he's been on record too many times saying he don't look at Ryan as a real fighter. He don't take him seriously. They said that too many times. They recently said it in the build-up to this fight. So I feel like the reason he wants this fight is more financially motivated than it being a legacy or a challenge. I think he really want that bag. I'm not knocking him. He just fought a Regis fight that was supposed to be dangerous. Maybe Ryan Garcia is a lighter touch, but a much younger guy with some with a physical advantage or two over him, right? He got some power, he got some good speed. I think that's comparable to Devin. If he's focused, it could be a decent fight, but I still think he loses. I think Dev styles on him. You know what I mean? To be honest, I think 147 won't even be elite because he ain't got the same advantages if he does against these smaller fighters. Yeah, it could be tougher for him. I think that's why you acclimate to the weight classes before just jumping up there, right? You don't just hop up to the weight class. You make it make sense, essentially, right? And I think that's what's important for him to carry it like that. You get what I'm saying? Just keep acclimating. If you want to move up, just acclimate to the weight classes accordingly. Give yourself the best chance to win. Know what I mean? Who the main event? Tank Martin or Benavidez? Oh, you already know that. You already know Benavidez ain't no main event over Tank ever. Grant, salute to Benavidez, but he ain't. Who should ever fight? The Ryan? Yeah, because he definitely gonna lose. Dev gonna beat him up. I ain't gonna lie. Listen, I would like to see them revisit the Matias situation if that's a possibility, because I wouldn't mind seeing it. It's a clash of two different styles. It's a fun fight for the fans. I wouldn't mind seeing Devin Haney, chase down T.O. And the reason I say that, because it don't seem like T.O. was gonna chase him, and I think that's a good fight. They got some history, the little back and forth, the little DAZN argument. I'll never forget that. That was fun. So I think Devin Haney got some choices. He got some good options. You got Matias. Yeah, I doubt if you care too much about the Rolly or Pitbull Cruz winner. You get what I'm saying? Tio, Matias, you got Gary Antoine there. We got some real good fights at 140, bro. So I would like to see. We're gonna go salute to my guy Gertz, man. Much love, much appreciation to my guy, man. Appreciate you, fam.
And we ain't never got to box again. Well,
right.
well. I already been getting these bets, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
Salute to to my guy. Yeah, said F with Tio, but he's a certified ducker. Yeah, Tio sometimes he just look like he don't want to participate in the fights that we want to see him in at times. The way he talks, but a lot of people give him a lot of credit for his resume and who he fought so far. So what we gonna see though? I think Haney think they slick. They looking for the weakest in the division to tell everyone they fighting the best. They fought an old Lona who they barely beat. Listen, I feel you. Look, I just always put it in perspective. I think they take calculated risks, much like every other fighter. I think Loma was a real risk. One being because of him staying at 35 longer than he should. Two, because even though Loma might not look like the absolute best version of himself, I think he's still elite. But I get what you're saying, the older version. But I respect it. He gave him the opportunity. That's still an elite fighter, and he beat him, right? Regis, another calculated but risky fight at the same time, because he always had that chance to land that shot. But then again, his feet were so bad, he just wasn't comparable in mobility, should I say, and he wasn't able to get any of those shots off. So it was an easy win for Dad. But I tried to highlight this before, and this is just putting it in perspective, not taking any credit away from him. In my opinion, you when you fought Loma is still elite. It's nothing bad about that opponent at all to fight him, right? But I don't think nobody was saying Loma was the absolute best fighter at 135 when you got guys like, Shakur and Tank right there. I just don't think people felt like that. That version of Loma, I don't think people felt like is better than, Shakur or Tank Davis at this point. That's just my opinion. I could be, y'all might could see it different, but that's me. Fighting Regis, another respectable opponent again in a row. I don't have nothing negative to say about it, but if you just look at it, is he the absolute undeniably best fighter at 140? I don't think people are saying that, but he's definitely one of them, right? So again, I give fighters a credit accordingly. I give dudes way more credit than the average guy, but you can't keep saying you fighting the absolute best and you're not fighting the absolute best and think I can't highlight that, at least to who I feel like is the absolute best or who the masses think is the absolute best. Being a dangerous fighter and the absolute best fighter is not the same thing. Regis is a dangerous fighter, but we talk about in terms of overall skill, overall, like in terms of complete fighter. I don't think people were saying he was the absolute best, and that's much credit and respect to him because I rock with him on any day of the week. But I don't think nobody was saying that he's the absolute best at 140. I don't think, 135, that's not even Loma's best division. His best divisions were the smaller, you get what I'm saying? 26, 30, like he's better off down there. So nobody was, what fight did he have at 35 that would tell you he was the absolute best fighter there? Get what I'm trying to say? So it's very subjective, and that's why I say it's always a discussion. But that's when I have the conversation and put it in perspective, is in no way or form an attempt to take away from any fighter. I'm just telling you what I think. So I see fighters, dudes do that a lot. Andre Ward just hit on it. Dudes say they the best, but you know they really not. You ain't fighting the best, but you're gonna say you the best. I get it. I ain't knocking the hustle, but I get it. You know what I mean? But again, when you start putting your name in there with the greats and stuff like that and saying you one of the best in the world, then he has a problem with it. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. I think I don't think that none of them really Black Thought. I think they're all each other's best opposition. Those top guys. I say that stuff all the time. So, in terms of like the competition level, there's no serious, there's no significant gap in terms of competition level that these dudes are fighting, you know what I mean, at all. So, and I think they're all each other's toughest test. So we won't know who the absolute best is until they fight each other. I mean, they still got to fight each other or everybody else that's considered the best outside of themselves. You get what I'm saying? So I don't have a problem with it, but I think those conversations come up for people who really care about that stuff. I don't care. I just want to see great fights. Like, I don't care who they think is the absolute best out of all of them. I just feel like I know talent when I see it. You know what I mean? And what's good with it? Do you think Tank and Shakur is the best? I think those are the best two fighters at 135. And the Rise podcast in the building, my guy saying it was good, family. Bill knows who Devin can be. Tank Shakur, Anton Russell, Matias. I tell you what, I know he'll approach those fights a lot smarter. If he is to fight those guys, man, at all, Tank or Shakur, Gary Antoine, and Matias. I ain't saying he won't fight none of them. I'll give him the credit and say he'll fight them all, right? But I think the way they approach those fights will be, very smart. You know what I'm saying? I think they'll be smart. For sure. I think those are the best two guys at 35, though, and somebody got to show me that they're not. That's why I say that all the time. I don't look at no one-off performance and be like, you're not one of the best fighters now. Like, what? Nah, somebody got beat his ass. I ain't seen nobody come close. I ain't seen nobody come close to beating Tank Davis in my eyes. I never felt like I was watching the fight. He about to get beat. I don't give a damn what nobody saying in the crowd, what the commentators saying, with no scorecards. Nah, that dude, I know what I'm getting when I'm watching him. And I know these dudes can't do nothing with him. That's why he continue to punch these dudes, you know what I mean, as it's out the ring. I mean, Tank and Teo is a blood fest, make it happen. Look, I think that's a very good fight. I think Teo is a very athletic guy. You know what I mean? When he's focused, he's one of the better fighters that we got in boxing. But again, when it comes to Tank, focused Tank is dangerous Tank. It'll be a competitive fight, a good fight. But I think Teo make enough mistakes to get clipped. That's me personally. I think Tank is a bit more complete than him. And the reason being, no favoritism and none of that. Teo is very good on the front foot, not as much on the back foot. I mean, he's terrible. He's good. He's decent on the back foot, but he's kind of suspect on the front foot. Tank can fight going backwards. He can fight on the front foot. He got lateral movement. He got good feet. He got IQ. I think he's a more complete sound boxer than Teofimo Lopez. And I think he's mentally more locked in and engaged in the fight than he is. You get what I'm saying? That's just my opinion. I could be wrong. That's what I've seen from him in fights. You get what I'm saying? So I haven't seen him have a bunch of, shaky moment here, shaky moment there. I'm not seeing that from him. So I feel like his performances are more consistent than what you see from Teofimo, especially in recent memory, and especially since he got to 140. The best at 140, I think Teofimo is one of the best at 140. Look, Devin Haney is on his way to making the case for being one of the best at 140. I think he's one of the top guys already there, because I ain't saying he can't lose, but there's not handfuls of guys better than him to me at 140. There's some real good challenges there and some guys that could potentially give him some issues, if not beat him. But, you know what I mean? We know who the top guys are. Matias is very dangerous, but skillfully, people might not feel like he's the overall best fighter. But you're going to say guys like Teofimo. You're going to bring up Matias. You're going to hear names like Gary Antoine Russell. Shit, Elvis Rodriguez on the come up. You got Kenneth Sims at 140, man. You got some people at 140. I got to go in my bag a little bit. Kenneth Sims is a hell of a talent at 140, and I like it, man. I'm saying he nice. You know what I mean? He's there. Or is he at 47? Damn, I might be tripping. Kenny might be at 47. Big Keith, what's good with it, family? They tank tap that chin like Sandor Martin did. It's over for Tio. It's going to be interesting. I'll say that. You know what I mean? I'm going to put it like this, watching the tank fight, just like waiting for him to catch them with something. Every time that first hard shot it's only a matter of time. Yeah, first shot, that shot, once he able to hit you like consistently with big shots, it's trouble for you. Teo's scared of Dev. We all know that. He just got a different energy to Dev. To me, Blackout. I don't like to say dudes are scared of each other, right? That's just me. I'm one of the few people that I don't like to say dudes are scared, because you signed up, like you box for a living. Y'all been boxing since y'all was kids. I don't think you scared, but I just think it's certain guys that fighters are not in a rush to get in there with. You get what I'm saying? If that makes sense. Some people might say, well, that's you scared, but I don't think it's being scared. I think it's hesitation and things on their part, but I just think they, dudes know what it is, man. And sometimes they don't be willing to take that challenge right now. Once that first shot gets through, yeah, I got you. Once that first shot get through, it's tough for you. Fury the Clown is good for the sport. How else we going to get any entertainment? I don't know. I mean, I feel like the stuff I know about Tyson Fury that's been put out there that you can't really refute. I don't know if he's good for the sport, but I respect him. But I don't really care for the antics and some of the stuff he did. Like, people dismiss a lot of stuff, man. He got the complexion for the protection for sure. You know what I mean? But I don't think he's not entertaining to me. You know what? I take that back. When he be going on them little tirades and stuff, talking, trolling Usyk, stuff like that stuff to me be funny. But I don't really care. I never cared for his style, but that don't mean I don't recognize that he can box. And he's very skillful as a heavyweight. You know what I'm saying? He's very skillful guy, but he doesn't entertain me. His talking entertain me more than the actual fight. But I do respect the fact that he's a big guy that can move like that in box, right? And he's still undefeated, still keep finding ways to win. So I respect it. You know what I'm saying? I think some slick defensive maestro, he can get caught. Yeah, as many times. It's not about that Tank is some slick defensive maestro. I don't know how you look at it, bro. All these dudes get hit. Tank get hit too, but you got to think, with a style like his, you know what I mean? You take more chances than some of these guys. When you in the fire a bit more, you're gonna take some shots. But if you look at the numbers, I'm gonna go get the numbers on these dudes' defense, like how much they get hit. His numbers will be better than you think. You get what I'm saying? He don't get hit much as what people will lead you to believe he do. That's all I'm gonna say. But yeah, he get hit, but it's nothing different than what any other fighter goes through when they getting hit. You know what I'm saying? So they all get hit. You know what I mean? I think I agree with you. Soup to my guy Mike White. On my words, AJ would knock out Fury. He might. Styles do make fights. He might. He really might. He got a very good chance. AJ, he do got the style to stop a Tyson Fury to me. He do. I mean, he do, but he can't allow Fury to dictate the pace. That'll be the problem. If Fury dictates the pace, then it's a much more difficult fight for AJ. AJ had to dictate the pace to some degree. You can't allow Fury to set the tone. But I think AJ really got some nasty punching power, some real punching power, legit. And if he catch you flush the way he was catching Francis Ngannou, he definitely can knock you out for sure. So I don't know if he will knock Fury out, but I do feel like Fury did to suffer some damage from them Wilder fights. And if there's anybody that think right now that he could potentially fight that can stop him, it'd be AJ. I ain't saying this for sure, but AJ got the power for sure. Saying gets hit less than most fighters in his weight class. Yeah, because he's knocking opponents out and fighting less rounds. They don't even get that part, Big Keith. And on top of that, he still don't get hit as much as people make it seem like. They act like he just be in there getting beat up. Like that don't be the case. You know what I'm saying? I don't think AJ not a bum. AJ is a heavyweight, if that makes sense, right? I don't know how everybody else look at it. I'm not about to compare him to no all-time greats and none of that stuff, right? But that dude is a hell of a fighter, man. And what, AJ is a gold medalist in his own right? You know what I mean? 2-time former unified heavyweight champion. I don't think you could do that being a bum. I get what you say. You probably just being a little hard on him, but nah, that dude ain't a bum, man. He just lost to some, Andy Ruiz caught him on the night. He lost to him, and then he got it back in a rematch. He got in there with Usyk. Think about it. Usyk, one of the absolute best fighters in the world, that beat him twice. You get what I'm saying? I don't think AJ ever lost to a bum fighter, if that makes sense, right? You know what I'm saying? 2 losses in a row to Usyk, not the worst thing in the world. Kirk Douglas in the building was good with the fan. No, I think they're going to fight, Miss B. I think they still on for the fight, Usyk and Fury. He got beat up 23 rounds by Usyk, bro. He just got power. Nah, he ain't lose 23 rounds out of that fight. No, he didn't. That second fight was way closer. You know what I mean? He ain't lose 11 rounds in the first fight. Neither fight now. Usyk beat him for sure in that first fight, but he ain't win 11 rounds to 1 in that first fight. And he damn sure ain't win. He ain't 12 zip him or 11 rounds to 1. He ain't win 23 rounds out of them 24. That's for sure. That second fight was way closer. And if AJ didn't mismanage, I think, how hurt Usyk was, I think he could have did a bit better. I think he blew his load in like the 9th round. And the rounds 10, 11, and 12, them championship rounds was tough on him. You know what I mean? But nah, man, he gave Usyk a run for his money in that second fight. I really do. He performed so well in that rematch that it had me thinking if he had Robert Garcia from the first training camp, that first fight, and then in the second, I think we might be having a different conversation, bro. I'm telling you. And in the first fight, he just wasn't doing what he was supposed to be doing. He said he didn't even want to hurt Usyk. I don't understand how that was a train of thought that was in his mind. That was weird to be a heavyweight and not try to hurt your guy. Yeah, he ain't no bum, man. You just can't get to where he at being a bum, but I get it. But he's not a bum, though. I mean, what about the meltdown against Andy Ruiz? He gave up. Now, I don't think he gave up. I think Andy Ruiz caught him with a shot. You got to think, remember, he dropped Andy Ruiz first. I think he just jumped on Andy Ruiz. He miscalculated, again, how hurt Andy Ruiz was. Andy Ruiz fought back and hurt him and got him out of there. You know what I'm saying? He had the meltdown, in my opinion, against Usyk when he threw the belts out the ring. That I didn't like that, but I mean, as far as Andy Ruiz, you talking about the panic when they were saying he has panic attacks or something like that. I just think that's real, man. We don't identify the pressure that these fighters be under each time, like especially, you expected to perform at a high level under any circumstances, right? I think it's a lot of pressure just being real. You know what I mean? Sometimes some people falter under the pressure, and sometimes pressure make diamonds. You know what I'm saying? It's scary. That talk too much. Them boxers make money off that shit. Yeah, pay me millions. I would get in the ring with any of them. That's what I'm saying. He zipped that man in the first fight. Listen, Usyk definitely beat AJ convincingly, in my opinion, in the first fight. But the second one, and he ain't win 11 rounds, though, in either fight, I don't think. I don't think he won 11 or 12 rounds in either fight. So both of them were good fights. The first one was more convincing. That rematch was closer. Usyk definitely was hurt to the body a little bit in that rematch, and AJ was on him. But again, he blew his load in that fourth, and it backfired. AJ with motivation and hunger is top level. I'm telling y'all, I know Fury and Usyk not losing to Ruiz. I won't deny it, but I think it's just one of those things where you get caught. It's the heavyweight division. You got to think about how he lost, bro. You get what I'm saying, Grinch? It ain't like he got outboxed. He got caught with a shot. This is the heavyweight division. Anybody get caught with a shot and get knocked out in the heavyweight division, right? So I don't really, I don't critique a man at his lowest point as much as I do on that get back. I get that he lost and he got legit stopped in there. Like, he got stopped. So he came back and got right back in the fire, man. He fought his demons, got right back in there, got a rematch, and he boxed this man. a guy that just stopped him. He went in there and boxed him. I don't think he get enough credit for jumping right back in there and boxing. You know what I'm saying? AJ quit against Andy Ruiz. It was not a good look. I don't think he quit. He got beat up. He got beat. He legit got beat up. He was getting dry. He was getting hurt. That dude ain't quit. I don't think he quit. I think he was hurt. Legit hurt. I think anything more, he would have got even more hurt. That dude was rattled, man. Y'all forget that he was hurting. He was hurt, bro. Andy Ruiz a big boy that can punch. These is heavyweights, dude. And he got fast hands. He caught AJ high in the temple. You got to remember. Don't think the guy quit. He got up. He was trying to fight back. You know, Andy Ruiz just took advantage of the moment, bro. That's why I say I got Wilder in the AJ career. Listen, is anything is possible, but if you being honest, shit, AJ looking better than what Wilder has been looking in recent memory. And I love Wilder. That's my guy. That's my favorite active heavyweight, active or inactive. That's my guy. But I'm just telling you, just based off last couple performances, you know, you have people saying AJ looking better. I just like to big up this sport, man. I know that dude. A lot of people, you know, don't think the highly, you know, the most of them, but I think AJ is a hell of a fighter, man. I do. I don't try to compare him to no greats. I don't even care about all that. I just think he's a pretty good fighter. I wish he would have fought Wilder. I do think he turned down $50 million and stuff like that, but it is what it is. I mean, as far as fighter, he can fight, bro. Focus. When he's confident and he focused, bro, he can fight. He can fight, bro. He can fight. I gave AJ that second fight, right? And the Usyk fight, right? He came close, bro. He came close, Kurt. I think he lost it in the championship rounds, respectfully. I think that's where he lost it at. Word up. I thought he lost it. I thought he won at least four rounds of 5, maybe possibly in that second one. The career over. Not the same nor AJ been fighting taller fighters, bro. AJ, I don't think the height is much to do with anything. I just think AJ is a good fighter. I mean, he got pedigree. He's an Olympian, medalist, gold medalist. Favorite active fighter right now, but that last point got me worried. He might not have the hunger no more. Yeah, he might not be as hungry, Big Keith. Might not. AJ more hungry than Wilder. I don't know if he's more hungry or not. I can't say that. I just know they had different points in their careers, right? I understand why people are questioning it, but I think they had different points in their careers. I mean, I think Wilder is overachieved several times over, respectfully. So whatever he decided to do with the rest of his career, I'm going to rock with it. You know what I mean? AJ overpowered Wilder. I don't know. The different fighters, man. Different fighters, different circumstances, man. Different fighters, different circumstances. If AJ was so confident in him beating Wilder, then he would have been got in the ring with him, in my opinion. You know what I mean? Saying what he'll do now is, all right, cool, but we all know they was been supposed to fight. He said 6'10", AJ never fought a fighter that big. Yeah, I think he listed at 6'9", but I even think that's subjective. I think that's a little suspect. I don't think Tyson Fury is 6'9". I've seen him stand next to too many people that are supposed to be 6'7" and 6'8", and he don't look 6'9" to me. King, I'm telling you, Wilder with those 10 straight title defenses, man, like, you get what I'm saying? Picking up boxing at 21, getting a bronze medal. He overachieved, bro. Best believe he did. Only a hater can't see that. Wilder is overachieved. From the time he started boxing, he was a whole damn grown man. At this, you know what I mean? Grown young man, but still a grown man. He can heavyweight division. Shit, I don't care shit for his physique. His gas tank ain't the best. That's why he lost to Usyk, in my opinion, in that rematch. And he said he went on the record saying he's not he an 18-stone fighter. He's not a what? I think he said 12-stone fighter. So his physique is one thing. He a bodybuilder. You know what I'm saying? But his gas tank ain't the best. But he can fight. He can fight. And I think when he's confident, he's very dangerous. I think when he's closing the gap and being physically imposing, I think AJ is dangerous. When he got his mind made up and he's not overthinking, he could hurt you, bro. He can hurt you. And I ain't just talking about no Francis Ngannou. I'm talking about period. He can hurt you. That dude focused and landing flush big shots, he going to get you out of there. Wilder just wanted to be able to support his little girl. He accomplished his goal 1,000 times over. That's why I said, bro, so many times over. And, you know, walking away from the sport. And I think the statue, Big Keith, I think the statue kind of lit a little more fire under him and made him want to come and do it again. You know what I'm saying? I think that. So sometimes it's hard to get up. You know what I mean? If he can't really find that fire that he once had, it's going to be tough for him to be successful at the heavyweight division because that's what's separating them. And win, lose, or draw, I'm rocking with Wilder, so I could care less. Like, whenever he fight, I'm tuning in and I'm supporting 100%. So he did right by his baby girl 10 times over. He made a heap of money. They pissed off that, you know, despite what, he still came out on top. So salute the Bomb Squad, man. I'm always rock with him. Salute to my guy Pac-Man ATL Tay2. Always being a real one, man. Another facts machine. In this boxing game, y'all make sure y'all punch that like button. We're gonna be here for another 10 minutes, man. We're gonna get to the 3-hour mark. Much love and appreciation to everybody, man. Just gonna keep on building. Coward Fury don't want the AJ to fight AJ. I don't know, man. Fury, he might fight him. I don't know. He just make a mockery out of the heavyweight division. He don't seem like he care about anything people want. That's for sure. Like Fury move on his own time, own dime, man. He don't care. I mean, he don't. In my opinion, that's just what I think. Betting the house on Wilder. I'm telling you, Wilder, man, before the, you know, for that layoff and all that, man, he definitely was one of the most dangerous fighters ever. You know what I mean? And he's still dangerous. I think anytime he's upright on his feet, he's dangerous. You know what I mean? We're going to see. You're going to see Bomb Squad. You dig? Dig, Big Keith? Dig, man. You know what I'm saying? Bomb Squad for real. For real. They just did the same systematic breakdown with Wilder and Helenius. Yeah. That Outer Wilder fight was impressive, Mike. Outer Wilder fight was impressive. He broke his ass down. He made Outer Wilder. Outer Wilder ain't look like he was in the best shape either. I don't know what was up with that dude. He looked funny. His physique, he looked funny. He looked off in that fight. I don't know what that was, but he looked like he wanted no parts of AJ. He just didn't look good at all. He looked a little chubby around the midsection, man. Like he wasn't in the best shape. He damn sure ain't have nothing to offer to AJ either, man. People was thinking he really was gonna get in there and do something to AJ. AJ went out there and kicked that man ass, man, bad. So went out there to break AJ. Though, man, listen, I'm never against that fight. Yo, what is going on with YouTube right now, bro? YouTube is showing, y'all gotta see what YouTube got as my thumbnail right now, bro. Y'all gotta see what YouTube got as my thumbnail. It's the Wilder. What is going on today? Like they uploading videos that I'm clearly, I don't know what's going on at this point. YouTube trip. Y'all gotta get it together. I don't know what's going on. Very good. Yeah, that's what he had, Mike. He had some type of weird situation going on with the stomach, man. I was like, yeah, you look a little chubby around the midsection, buddy. You know what I mean? You ain't been doing your sit-ups and all that good stuff, G. You know what I mean? And now you out here getting your ass handed to you. It just ain't look right. He ain't look right for sure. I don't know what it was. Who he riding with the third job? You talking about Zoo and Keith Thurman? I'm rocking with Keith Thurman, man. I want him to win. I'm rooting for the underdog. I lean towards Tim Zoo pulling it off simply because of the inactivity of Keith Thurman. I think that inactivity is very tricky. Going up the weight class, you ain't fought above 147 in some years. You fought above 147, but it was years since you've done it. And I don't know if the older version, I don't know if the power will return, how some people saying it, like, you know, Sean Porter expecting it. I don't know. So I'm rocking with Keith Thurman for sure. I mean, I've been watching dude longer for years. I like Tim Zoo, but I got to rock with the underdog, man. He's counted out. I would love to see Keith Thurman win. I swear. I think we're going to talk about that tomorrow. I think Keith Thurman beating Tim Zoo would be great for boxing. I really do, because what could potentially come after that? Like, could he possibly fight a Terrence Crawford for that vacant title? Because they say if he wins, then Tim Zoo loses his title. it then becomes vacant. And I was hearing Terrence Crawford was eyeing the winner of Thurman or Zoo. So I would like to say, me too, Big Keith. You know what I'm saying? I'm rocking with Keith. USA, you dig? And I like Tim Tszyu too, man. But man, Keith Thurman can box. He got the style to win this fight, bro. He got the style to win this fight. People keep forgetting that Keith got skills. Yeah, he ain't had that WBC for no reason. Facts. He was looked at as one of the best fighters or looked at as the best fighter at 147 for a little while too. Don't ever forget. Keep the hometown. Gotta rock with him, man. Yeah, it is kind of weird that he loses his title, Aisha. I don't know, like, how they came up with that. I think it just come down to them making their rules up as they go along. All good fights. Go good. Salute to you, fam. What's good with it, bro? I'll make sure y'all smash the like button for me. We're going to rock out for another 5 minutes. We're going to get to our even 3-hour mark as we be rocking out, man. Keep that when he fought Sean Porter. He's definitely one of the best. Absolutely. Absolutely. You see how he fought Sean Porter off him? Man, that was a hell of a fight. That was a hell of a fight. That was a hell of a fight. His Danny Garcia win, another good win. Keith Thurman, the dog, man. In his prime, he's an absolute dog. And I just hope he can revisit the Fountain of Youth come March 30th because I'm rooting for him 100%. But I know it's a very good chance that, Tim Tszyu could win this fight. Yeah, more fights before Pacquiao because of the layoff. Yeah, I think he should have made sure it was drug testing respectfully for that fight. And I think the knockdown separated. He had a slow start. And it cost him. Got knocked down. I'm like, damn. And he put him behind the 8 ball. But like I don't think a lot of people realize how much punishment he dished out to Manny. He dished a lot of punishment. Andre Berto talked about it. He talked about how Manny told him like how much, Keith was hurting him in there. And like how he said he had to take some time off. Like, he really took some punishment from that Keith Thurman fight. Keith was on his ass. Keith was on his ass for sure. Thurman should listen. Yeah. We're going to see what Keith Thurman got left, man. We're going to see. It's likely Tim, the younger, more active fighter, will win, but Keith pulls it off. We'll say a lot about Keith. It would. It'll say a lot about him. Keith could punch for sure. I just want to see if his punching power going to travel up to that catch weight that he's going to be fighting at. I mean, I hope he in the best shape possible because if he is, he can utilize his legs. He utilized those legs in box. Like I say, he got the skill set and this, to beat him. Definitely was on. That's what I used to think. A1 Hoops on, my brother. I was good with it. A1. Floyd always said this about Pacquiao too. Yeah, I mean, the scared of needles thing always rubbed me wrong, but it is what it is. At least they ended up eventually fighting right. I respect it. He's going to use his feet and win. I hope so. Go good. Use his feet. Catch him with shots. Got to catch Tim Tszyu off balance, man. Keep an active jab in his face. Present a moving target, lateral movement, protect your body. Man, I hope Keith, you've been doing your sit-ups, Keith. I hope you've been doing vicious core work. That dude trying to go to your body. Tim Tszyu already feels like Keith Thurman is not durable enough. He feel like he's going to be able to stop him because he ain't durable enough. He don't think his body going to hold up. So it's up for Keith Thurman to prove to him, to the young boy, that he ain't old yet. And it's going to be a tough fight. It's just going to be a tough fight for him. They got a flat head. They on roids. Tim Bradley. Everybody can't have a Boston baked bean head like Tim Bradley. That damn milk dud. A healthy milk dud. Everybody ain't going to have one of them joints. Nah. Salute to Tim Bradley, though. You're saying Pacquiao fighting Conor Ben. So let's see if that. Yeah, for sure stay off the ropes. Because that's no man's land. Tony Harrison learned that the hard way. Do not give him the rope. Do not put your back against the ropes, bro. I hate when I see fighters do that. It's almost like a panic move. It's like, let me sit here. In a way, it's like they feel comfortable if they ain't constantly. I don't know. It's tricky. Like, what's the thought process behind, limiting your exit points, like, and just, putting your back to the ropes? Definitely ain't good if you let him get in the welling on you. Start getting the welling on you, get crazy. It get crazy. Man. You think that power is everything? Keith footwork. Nice shit. Keith got that. If he still has the legs, if he still has his legs intact, this is going to make for a very interesting fight. He got to be in great shape, and he got to find a way to keep the fight manageable early and not let it get away from him as he kind of potentially working those cobwebs off from that ring rust. You get what I'm saying? He got to be very smart with that. Like Wilder throwing his palms against Parker. He's on the ropes. Yeah, you can't do that. You can't do that, Gertz. Can't do it. You cannot do it. That's just I think that's a matter of just being out so long and that's very short fight that he had against Helenius, man. I think that did it. I mean, I think more activity for him would have did him better. But you never know, man. You never know. Could have beat Spence. Listen, hey, Keith had a chance at that time to beat anybody. I just don't think he was willing to try it. At that time, obviously, whatever reason, he wasn't as confident in going in there and beating Errol Spence. But now we get a chance to see him in there with Tim Tszyu. Let's see what he do, man. Let's see how his body hold up under this pressure that Tim Tszyu gonna be applying. Keith Thurman, like I said, if he in shape, best shape possible, his legs are still intact and he moving. He keep the fight close and manage them early rounds. Don't let him get too, don't let Tim Tszyu just go up on rounds like that. You don't want to be behind the 8 ball too much. You don't want to be playing catch up. And you damn sure don't want to be standing right in front of Tim Tszyu or putting your body to the ropes. You know what I'm saying? So with that, we're going to see. But much love and appreciation to everybody in the family, man. Y'all make sure y'all smash the like button. Another dope build in the books. Salute to everybody in the Super Chat, Cash App. Salute to everybody that hit the like button, that pulled up. I appreciate all y'all. Another good dope build on this good Monday. We'll be back tomorrow with some more boxing to build. And y'all all make sure y'all enjoy the rest of y'all good Monday. And I will definitely see the fam tomorrow for sure. So with that, we up out of here, y'all. Peace to the fam.